Oh my goodness. Give me a minute, guys. I'm just trying to work something out over here. We're getting there. Welcome, by the way, to Final Fantasy XIV Online. We're about to go and find our very favorite character, little Viera character, Lunara Mistwalker, and we're going to get right into it. This is the movie to the Dawn Trail introduction that you get if you keep the game waiting prior to logging in. And away we go. All right, into start. I did a little bit of playing with one of my other Conjurer characters yesterday after I'd finished up. Was good. Young Cascade there, but we're going to go on with Mistwalker Lunara. Let's see how we go. I am looking forward to this lady's journey. One of the things I've loved about Final Fantasy XIV is the story. I know some of you don't like the cutscenes and you don't like the waiting, but I have always loved the story. And we're going to get into it. So welcome in. It's lovely to see you all, and we'll go through Trial by Earth. Brother Isumi Yan wants you to learn about the element of Earth. It's good to see you again, Mistwalker. By the air of serenity that surrounds you, it is plain you have learnt to draw upon the energy of creation. I am glad. It is the wellspring of all our power. Yet the energy of creation is not one thing, but many, and to call upon it without first knowing each is conjury at its most basic. Okay. As part of your continuing education, it is my desire that you now learn about the element of earth. Make your way to Blessed Bud in North Shroud, and there partake of Hera Nolinel's wisdom. The depth of this affinity for the elements of rock and soil is all but unique amongst conjurers. He is a gifted instructor besides. You may be certain of receiving a most enlightening lesson on the subject of Earth. All right. Let's go. All right, well, let's go. We will, of course, turn our quest into Brea. My thanks. I must admit to being rather impressed by how faithfully you followed my instructions. I had always considered adventurers to be an uncouth and rowdy lot, but I see you're capable of courtesy as well. Lady Mullane has a fine eye for character. You should feel honoured that she chose you for the task. I do. I'm torn between the ether and the potion, simply because. Oh, I guess I use ether to heal myself, and I don't really need the potion because I can heal myself. Being a conjurer, that makes sense. So how are we going to go about going through this series, guys? Are we going to just have conjurer? Actually, no, I couldn't stick to that even if I wanted to. What we might do is we might stick to being conjurer for the main story quest as best we can. But if we've leveled it out and finished all of the main conjurer story quests, what we're going to do after that, I'm going to move my head, it's in the way. What we're going to do after that is pick up the next class quest, and because we're on a class that uses gear, that's for all classes, we might actually stick to classes that use gear for all classes rather than warrior classes or tank classes. So that will keep our armory inventory somewhat in check. So at the moment we should have, well, I guess we haven't upgraded anything. But in the weapons, what will happen is this will fill up with conjurer weapons and we can just get rid of them as time goes by. It'll also fill up with weapons we get out of dungeons. And all of this will fill up with gear that we can use in pretty much every class except for in all classes. So that will work. The jewelry takes longer to fill up, so we don't really have to worry about how long that's going to take. So that's nice. The one thing we're going to have to keep a good strong eye on is this inventory. I've not put my food down where I can see it. What a goose. So we're going to move our food down. We're going to put our ether potions down. What's this? Spell speed? We're definitely putting that in there. I know it's actually turned a bit weathery where I am. So we've got rain bucketing down outside and the temperature's dropping. One might need to put on a coat. A little jacket, maybe. Right. Anyway, My weather conditions aside, let's get back to it. I hope the weather where you guys are is much nicer than here. Although, if you're Australian like me, you might actually like the rain because we don't get a lot of it. Having said that, if you're Australian like me and in one of the areas that is flooded, you might not want to see any more rain for a while, so I apologize. We're enjoying a bit because it's been a bit dry where we are. But we are heading into our spring, no, our winter. I know, I'm a bit turned around because I'm well aware of what the weather, the climates are in the northern hemisphere, and I keep getting a bit confused. Emmett Selk, oh my god, that's funny. Okay, so I suppose I know I really don't. I want to open my mail and I don't. I tell you what, we'll open our mail when we get to picking our grand company and we have retainers. When we get to retainers, that'll be better. Because I am pretty sure we're not here. We've got to go on past muster, which means we actually need to have level 5 gear in our head, body, hand, legs, and boot slots. We pass. We can go and do that. We also need to go to Nolanel in Blessed Bud, which is at Tree Speak, which is... I ran past one. No, I didn't. I know. A little bit dopey. Sorry, guys. It's early in the day for me. We're going to do a short stream today too. We've got this bit here. All right. North Shroud. We need to go to Tree Speak. Yellow Serpent. We've got this. Once you've unlocked all of your Ethernet, you can actually go to the gates. You don't have to run all the way to find them, which is kind of really nice. It's one of those things I like. Aha. Crescent moons above monsters. That means we've picked up our hunting log. One of the best ways to level up when you first start out is via your hunting log and via fates. I don't see any fates yet. Okay, now I see fates. All the blue dots, all fates. Probably don't want to do a couple of these, but we could probably level 8 micromanaging. We could manage level 3 Deshuba snacks. Oh, that's a monster. That's cool. All right, let's go and get. Let's deal with this first. So we are going to need to pay attention to our hunting log. Let's use a dot. Damage over time spell. Let's use a little bit of rock. Rock this beetle's world. Okay, we'll go rock another beetle's world. That one didn't like it. It's a bit squished. There's beetle fragments everywhere. What sort of peaceful conjurer are you, girl? That's right. We are pest controlling in the forest because these things have run feral. I know. What's that about? Brown squirrels. So we need to kill 3. If you have a look down in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see that it tells us how we're progressing in our in our conjurer's log. We're not going to be progressing anywhere if I let it die. Okay. So hunting log entry conjurer 1 complete. You gain XP. Now we are doing hunting log entry number 2. So every time you do this, you gain a little bit of XP. So once we complete the hunting log level, we get the reward at the bottom. Once we complete all of the hunting log levels, we get the reward at the top. Tell me I haven't picked up my challenge. No, we have not picked up a challenge log yet because we didn't start in Limsa and we're not high enough level. So we basically need to go through this list of monsters here and deal with them with prejudice, of course, and as quickly as we can so we can level. One of the things I've found with this game is when you have trouble gearing up, if your gear's a little bit low, you can generally get by if you've over-leveled yourself. Which doesn't mean you should not look after your gear, but if you're struggling, it's one way that you can help yourself cope a little better. Also, we need to build up our gold so that we can get better gear. We can do this by either buying it from the market boards. We need to participate in fates so that we can gain Grand Company seals. If we go Control C, I play keyboard and mouse. I don't play with any add-ons. So Control C is our currencies. As you can see, we have Gil. That's all we have. We don't have Grand Company seals. We don't have anything from anywhere else. We are going to have to fix that. Let's go find some Fungwa, but we also have to go to Etat's Spire, don't we? Yeah. Over here, that looks like a midge swarm. Let's disrupt its flight path. Ooh, that might have been a mistake. Oh no. Maybe not. We don't have a bird yet, do we? No, we don't have a bird yet. Oh man. I know. I miss my bird. We will try and get a bird this episode, this session. Let's see if we can get our bird. Which means that I have all of this session to actually think of what I'm going to talk to it, call it. Okay. I am trying to say two things at once and it's coming out all wrong. It was bloody work, but it had to be done. Your service to Gridania will not be forgotten. Thanks to you, we now have time to plot our next move. We could muster our forces and take the battle to the Birdmen or consolidate our defences before they return. I must needs consult with the commander. Alright, that was the mission we did where we murdered some XIV who were getting ready to murder some of us. Alright, Mid-Swarm, we have 2 more to go. Let's go. Opos. That would be the Muntai Bean. Yeah, Death to the Bean Thieves. So we might as well do that while we're here. Look at this, all these little missions working together to help us advance in level. Not bad work for a bunny, is it? Eh? We should probably heal ourselves. And then we should probably pick on this Opo. I know, normally I take them on when I'm a little bit higher in level. Over-leveling. It's a charm. We'll get there. But not if we don't do the thing. One down. How many of these? 6 of them. Well, we are going to level a little bit after that, aren't we? Oops. Forgot to put my damage over time. That does make my life a lot easier. I still have to get my timing down with this. So basically, if you look down here at the bottom, you can see the little wheel going round. You want to hit it with enough time to so that it doesn't stop, and that way you've got the highest hit rate you can manage. I have, of course, forgotten to eat. Let's just stuff our faces for a minute. Alright. That is going to give us plus 8% of spell speed, plus 3% XP, a vitality of +1, and a direct hit rate of +1. I should probably heal myself again. Otherwise I'm going to be a very sad little conjurer because I'm going to wake up in New Gridania going, what hit me? And in actual fact I should know what hit me because I was hunting it for a friend. Here we go. See, that's an excuse everyone can live by, isn't it? I was hunting it for a friend. Alright. So a lot of this game you've got to kind of do things as you find it. If you want to do it in a smooth and orderly fashion, we'll just grab that out. We're going to go find Demeter's Muntai Beans. This becomes important for us later this quest, so... And again, wow, we are coughing and wallocking, aren't we? And we've leveled. There goes our wind. Damage over time, so arrow. Now we're using rock. What's Asuna doing over there? That should be on my 8. So again, one of the things I do, doesn't matter which character I'm playing. If I'm playing this game and I'm playing that class, then I know where all of my skills are because they're all in the same place on the hotbar. I don't have to try and switch my brain around every time. How many of these have we got? Just this last one. Excellent. We're getting 272 XP every time we go. So in a dungeon, it's really good to practice this skill in order to get your strike rate up, because you're going to want to be... Some tanks pull like trains, okay? They are just in there, they pull half 100 enemies, and you will need to heal at about the same rate as I was doing damage on. The best way to keep your tank from getting hurt when they're not, you know, nearly dying because and making you concentrate on your heals is to actually take down the enemy. So that's why healers are also DPS. It looks like there is... Let's Asuna that out of the way, shall we? There is a thing here, micromanaging. Actually, I don't know if we can take that one on. I think that thing will have us for breakfast. Why don't we give it a shot? We only have 6 minutes. Let's irritate it immensely. And the advantage we have with this character class that we don't have with any others is that we can heal ourselves. And this is about to become very, very important. Let's also Asuna ourselves. Although I don't know. No, we don't have any damage up here, so we should be good. Like I said, Fates is one of the best ways to... oops, let's run out. 8, 2, 7. Rock. And more rock. So yeah, so a quick strike rate, and taking on Fates is one of the best ways to actually hone your skills as well. Like, you get used to your rotations, you get a little bit of XP, if you're lucky you get some gold, if you've got a grand company you get some seals. I mean, what's not to love? In fact, you get the snot kicked out of you if you're not careful. Are we being careful today? I'm not sure if we qualify for careful. Arrow again. It also teaches you to monitor your dots, so you damage over time. So I should be hitting that as soon as it gets to about 5 or 10, somewhere there, just so that it keeps maintaining. It's doing a teeny tiny bit of damage, but that teeny tiny bit of damage may save my bacon. We don't have the Medica that grants regen. What am I doing? There we are, getting that. So it's down to 7. Let's refresh it. Takes a little bit of time out of our day, but we get it done. And then you're kind of getting into the practice of watching this little wheel tick over, timing it just right, and keeping an eye on your health, your monster. Up here you'll see that we've got a debuff, so I'm going to Asuna that away. We don't want that. It's going to do us damage as well, so we'll be getting damage from the monster and from the monster's ability, a bit like our damage over time thing. It's applying that to us as studiously as we're applying our arrow to it. So it's the other thing too. It means as a healer you're getting used to watching that, dealing with it straight away. You're getting to know where your Asuna bar is. And when you're entering dungeons like Aurum Vale, actually even in Sestasha, you can Asuna. So this also teaches you to switch between your damage attacks and your healing attacks, and to monitor your health bar, which gives you practice in monitoring your tank's health bar and your party's health bar. On the downside, it does make for an awfully long fight because you are not a DPS, and you are not doing a ton of damage. It's me not looking at my Asuna again, not looking at my damage. So your debuffs, I've put mine in the top center of the thing so I don't miss them. It's not doing me a lot of help. We've got 3 minutes left to bring this beastie down. I think we can do it. Here we go. So guys, how's your day been? Is it snowing where you are? Or is it like where I am and bucketing? Or do you have a nice sunny day and good for the washing? Well, wherever it is, I hope the weather is suiting you well. And that you're enjoying the stream. I'll get there eventually, the scream. Oh my god, please don't scream, you'll upset your neighbours. There we go. I know, I feel like screaming. Asuna. And 7. So basically what happens when you get that poison debuff on you, you're taking damage faster, in the same way that I'm making him take damage faster with my arrow. Nearly there. Kurupira. This will be the first time I've ever defeated Kurupira with a healer, by the way. That's why I didn't want to take them on before, because they're a big mean monster. Here we go. like I said, the object of the game is to not let that dot go away. Now, in a dungeon, be really careful not to let that aim carry you away, because you need to be watching. So we just earned 1,360 XP, which is good for a level 10 to 11 character. And we earned a whole, was that 3 gold pieces I saw? Something like that. What we're here for, though, is to hunt microchews. And we're hunting them because they're in our hunting log. And I think I need to add 2 more kills to get this part of my hunting log done. So the first level of the hunting log is from levels 1 to 10. This does not stop you from completing it when you're level 50. Trust me on this. You want to get into the habit of finishing it, and when we get our grand company, we'll just assume that away from ourselves. Rude. When you get into a grand company, they have a hunting log as well that you want to pay attention to, because that is actually going to directly affect your ability to get promotions. And you want to get promotions, especially if you're into housing, because you have to be a certain rank to be eligible to purchase houses and apartments. There we go. Houses and apartments. It's not based on your level as a character, it's based on your rank in the grand company. So pay attention to your hunting logs. It's good to have for helping you level up. What we're here for, oops, I'm going in the wrong direction. What we're here for is to turn in this quest, deliver the bags of muntai beans to Demeter. I'm just trying to level my character through questing and through, well met, traveller, might I interest you? No, not really. First visit to this stop, I shall update my register with your name. If we were to hire a Chocobo porter from here, where would it take us? To Gridania. Right, well, we don't want to do that yet. That's Eadbert. Do I want to pick up a quest from him, or do I want to see if I can get the next MSQ done and focus on those? And we'll do this, leave the side quests for leveling up when we're waiting on MSQ quests to unlock. Because we do have more than one job to do, so it's going to take a bit. I suppose there's nothing to be done. What's that, young lady? You have something for me? I do. I've got your muntai beans. Oh, my missing bags of muntai beans. But how? You didn't track down those wretched Oppos, did you? I sure did. I had all but given up hope before you arrived, but with these beans I can make enough muntai tonic for everyone in Hurst Mill. As long as I have enough microchew leaflets to flavour it, there should be no complaints. Speaking of which, my son drank unflavoured muntai tonic the other day. One of his friends challenged him to do it, he said, and do you know what? He drained the whole cup in one great gulp without making so much as a face. Oh, he grows stronger and braver by the day, nay, the very hour. Either that or my secret recipe is rather more delicious than I imagined. Now that I think about it, a good many people have described the taste as unforgettable. Oh no. Oh, lovely. That's good. We get a little bit of gill. We get some chanterelle satay, which is good in a pinch. Alright, we're not going to grab that other quest from Demeter. Otherwise, we will be doing side quests forever. And we won't have any side quests to help us level up other classes with when they're low. Although I probably should have seen how many, what the rewards were. That person doesn't take us to Treespeak Stables, which is where we're going now. We need to go to Treespeak because near Treespeak we have our next Conjurer's quest, and then we have our next main story quest. And the reason I want to do my Conjurer's quest is because not very long ago I was running a Conjurer class and I forgot to do my level 10 Conjurer quest. It wasn't my first job, it was my second. But then I ended up in Brayflox's long stop as a healer with only my very basic spells. Now, I didn't get the tank killed. I did keep the tank alive and the rest of the party. And I didn't have to res anyone. I think that was more because they were fantastic at their jobs. And once the tank figured out I didn't have everything on board that other healers had, they were very good about not pulling hard enough that they got themselves killed. They shouldn't have to do that. So I then went and leveled up my Conjurer into a White Mage and finished the storyline before I did another dungeon because I was that far out of whack. So don't let that happen to you. Don't do it. It's not good for your tank. It's not good for you. And it makes your job as a healer a little bit difficult. Okay, it makes your job as a healer really difficult, but it can be done. You just have to be quick. Lolnell. Ooh, did that just tell me? Troublemaking Alpha Opos. We'll go get those in a minute. You seek here a Nolanel, and seek no more, for you have found him. What can I do for you, friend? So, Brother Isumiyan bid you come to me to learn of the element of earth? That is well. The power of earth is the solid foundation upon which a conjurer stands. I could happily lecture you for days on its intricate variations and properties, but I rather suspect the busy life of an adventurer will not afford time required for such extended discourse. Accordingly, I shall offer you an opportunity to experience the qualities of earth firsthand, in combat. Now mark me well, Mistwalker, and do exactly as I command. East of here, in the grounds of Treespeak Stables, there exists a patch of soil that bears the mark of corruption. Seek it out. When you've found the place, reach out to focus on the earth's trauma, and attempt to commune with the focus, as all conjurers can. Resentful of your intrusion, the tainted being that feasts unseen upon the energies seeping from the wounded earth shall then appear. Using the powers of conjury, strike it down and permit the land a chance to heal. Much of the nature of earth will be revealed to you during the struggle. Mistwalker, I trust you will return to me a wiser woman than she who now departs. Ow, Nolanel! Wow, that was impolite. Let's go and deal with some Opos and gain ourselves some more XP and hopefully level up a little bit faster. We do need to level sync. It's only a level 3 quest. That does not mean these little beggars won't paste us. That one's very excited. Look at that. Encouraging his friend to rebellion. I wonder if we can take on 2 at once. Let's give that a shot. Well, alright. Let's not then. Who did I attack? Only attacked 1. Oh wow, this one's getting up close and personal. Rude. We'll let that one go. We'll get some damage working on that while we go. Alrighty, where's your friend? Oops, my bad. Okay, now they're spawning in a bit slower. So we've got the backlog. Oh no, there we go. So I'm going to let the first one I hit continue to just, burn while I deal with the second one. When he gets down low, we're going to go and attack the first one because the wind will take out the second one. So arrow is really nice like that. Hello. In that it will slowly continue to do damage over time, and so your opponent might look like he's still got some hit points left when you leave him, but those hit points are not going to last for very long. And you'll gradually learn to judge how much you can get away with, which is what I'm trying to learn to do at the moment. I'm just trying to learn how much can I get away with, like how many of these opponents can I take on, and just rely on my wind to do a lot of the damage. So we'll switch target again, because he's low. Switch target again, and I might heal myself in a minute. Again, it's good practice. It helps you switch between healing and combat. Just go over this way. You can see another one. Smash that one with some wind. That one's decided to start the party without me. Alright. So we're going to take it down one more shot and then switch across. Let me take out this one. We're going to irritate that one. And we're going to focus on it while the other one slowly dies of windburn. We're going to take on this one. We're going to ignore it for a minute. So as you can see, the ones I'm not attacking are taking damage because... And that's how you get the... because they've got arrow on them, and arrow is a damage over time. So, something's still attacking me. What are you mad at me for? Oh no, you're running away still. Good. Smart little animal. There we go. So that's what we're doing. We're just running through and getting all of this done. I might just a little bit more volume. I was playing a game earlier that had a little less sound on it. A little bit more sound on it, sorry. Let's head on and see what this Earth Sprite can offer. Okay, we're looking for purple. There it is, corrupted soil. Time for us to deal with it as a conjurer. Here we go. A bit of arrow. Oops. Target. Make sure I've targeted the right thing. Then hit it with the arrow. Arrow bolsters our attack on a single target. Or lets you take on multiple targets. Just don't take on too many, because if you get swarmed, you're not going to be able to do much as a healer. So just learn to judge it. Okay, don't learn to judge it the same way a tank does. Those guys run around, pull everything, go, oops, maybe I'll pull those next time. You know, when you heal them for the 4th time. Oh dear. They are funny. We're going to try some tanking later, so it'll be my turn to give the healer the irrits. Here we go. Actually, it'll be my turn to remember everything I've said and try not to give the healer the irrits. Welcome back, Mistwalker. The elementals whisper of your accomplishments. How did you feel to confront that embodiment of Earth, to endure its onslaught? Has the crushing power of this element shaken the very marrow of your bones? Corruption occurs when the land's wounds are prevented from healing. In vanquishing the tainted sprite, you permitted the Earth's energies to flow unimpeded and to nourish the land once more. Can you not sense the strength of the Earth returning? Already the land begins to heal. Thanks to your actions, that field will once again bear bountiful crops. Excuse me for a minute. Sorry, guys, I had a tickle in the back of my throat there. Okay. When next you have reason to call upon your art, look back upon this task and that which you accomplished. Experience once more the grinding weight of the earth's fury and revel in the memory of life flowing anew through the land you helped restore. With such thoughts shall your understanding of nature continue to grow. I hope you were paying attention, Sylphie. Uh-oh. Oh, no. See this adventurer here? Mistwalker came all the way from Stillglade Fane just to hear my lesson. You would do well to learn her example. If you wish to become a conjurer worthy of the name, you must make an effort to study nature. Do you attend me, young lady? Oh dear. Why should I bother studying nature? I can conjure it already. That's an angry young lady. A powerful, angry young lady. See? You have a rare talent, a rare gift for healing, Sylphie. A wonderful gift. Yet there is more to being a conjurer than... But I don't want to do more. I want to heal. I'm good at healing. You can't make me do those other things. Oh dear. Sometimes I wonder why I even try. Maybe you should have pointed out that healing the land requires the other things because she likes to heal? I don't know. Maybe she's just thinking people. Sylphie joined the guild shortly before you came to us. As you yourself just experienced, she possesses a prodigious talent for healing. Indeed, despite her tender years, I know of few conjurers who are her equal in that field. Alas, nature, the very wellspring of her power, holds no interest for the child, and when she should by rights be learning about the land, she prefers instead to wander it, healing people on a whim. Well, what's wrong with that? You, in contrast, have been a most attentive student. I've taught you all I know of the element of earth. You may report back to Brother Isumi and tell him as much. Alright, I will. Wow. Okay, we have a young talent on the loose. A rebellious young talent on the loose. With returning back to Izumi, we are, well, actually, what level was this? Level 5. Let's at least do our level 10 because that will unlock all of the other jobs for us. We won't start on the other jobs. Like I said, we'll focus on the main story quest, and then we'll also focus on our Conjurer and bring that through. I usually like to go onto the main story quest until I'm about level 30, and then I come back, finish the Conjurer quest to 30, and then White Mage it up until level 50, and then finish the White Mage quests. You can do it that way, or you can do it equally, like as soon as you can do 10 in that, you do your level 10s and so on, and then switch back to Conjurer. That would work. So, alright, let's go back to Brother Izumi Yan. For that we need, actually, why are we doing it that way? Why don't we just go return? Boom. Alright. And off to the Conjurer's Guild. Let's see what Brother Izumi Yan has to say. Maybe he can shed some more light on the mystery of Sylphie. Maybe I'll get some more clothes. What level are we? Out of curiosity, we're at level 4 gear. And we haven't got any more gear. So we definitely need to run some dungeons as soon as we unlock them. So that's where our main story comes into it. We also need to do our training with the smiths. So we might do that once we get to probably level 20 or 30, somewhere there. Although that's a bit high, I guess. Ah, Mistwalker, you've returned, but do tell me, how did you fare under Nolinel's expert tutelage? Have you delved deep into the earth and felt its suffocating weight, its life-sustaining vigor? Such experiences will serve you well. Have you aught else to report? A fledgling conjurer named Sylphie cast healing magic upon you. How kind of her. I must confess to sharing Nolinel's frustration with the girl. As you yourself have witnessed, Sylphie possesses a natural talent for the conjuring of mending and restoration. Alas, her gifts appear to have blinded her to the need for study, and she outright refuses to learn about the natural world. She knows nothing of the elements of earth and wind, and is quite incapable of conjuring even the tiniest pebble or the faintest breeze. So no arrow and rock for her. I've tried upon numerous occasions to explain to her that conjurers who are ignorant of the source of their powers pose a risk to themselves and the others, but all to no avail. Should she continue to deny the debt she owes to nature and indulge in ever more reckless displays of power, there is every possibility that she will create a dangerous imbalance. Needless to say, I am presently at a loss to know how such an eventuality might be prevented. A thought occurs to me, Mistwalker. It may be that your encounter with Sylphie was ordained by the elementals. Should you chance to meet with her again, I ask that you strive to impress upon her the importance of opening oneself to nature's voice. Mayhap she will listen to you. But we have discussed our wayward young friend's education enough. Let us speak instead of one of my more willing pupils, namely you. The progress you have made does you great credit, Mistwalker. Though you are yet new to the art of conjuring, you are no stranger to nature's embrace. Considering all that you have learned, I hope you understand the true significance of these words. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, what do we got? This is a +1. It's a level 6. Let's see if we can do this. Yes. Alright, so what I like to do when I'm getting gear is I like to have a look and see what I've got. So level 5, all of it's level 5. So there's nothing that's more important than the rest. We're getting ourselves a new staff, so we don't need to worry about that. Alright, so let's have a look at what gives us the best. So mind +1, int, mind what +1. Okay, we won't be doing the bone ring. What about the copper wristlets? We have weathered wristlets, but they give us strength, vitality, mind, dex, and intelligence +1. Alright, so it's out of the hat and the thing. What color is the hat? Color matters. Nofika green dye, and the gown is. It doesn't tell me. It's going to be a surprise. However, this gives me mind +1 and a defense of +1. This doesn't give me an extra defense, but it gives me an intelligence of +1, so I might actually go with that because I get 2 stats that bonus up with it. We are going to be doing a little bit of metagaming with this game. It just needs a little teeny tiny bit. Have a look at your stats over here. It shows you what you can get. There's a few things in here. This is your attributes. This is your profile. This is where we're at right now. These are your classes and jobs. As you can see, we haven't unlocked any yet, but that's not surprising, and if you've played a while, it won't surprise you either. So there we go. Put our new hat on and pick up our maple wand. Let's watch the item level to see if it bounces up a little bit for us. Oh yeah, IL5, nice. Alright. Let's talk to Brother Isumi. Trial by wind. Brother Isumi Yan wants you to learn about the element of wind. Greetings, Mistwalker. Each time we meet, the part of conjurer befits you ever better. In your previous lesson, you learnt about the element of earth. It is my desire that you become next acquainted with the wind. Travel to Fullflower Combe in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of Hera Wolfew. Though scant few years have passed since her coming of age, Wolfew is a conjurer of consummate skill who is able to divine the will of air elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mysteries of wind. All right, let's get it done. However, we are going to focus on our main story quest. Let's just go for J for the moment. So main story quests are sitting at level 5. We're about to do our level 10. I might bring the main story quests up to level 10, but I'm also looking for gear to see how we go. So the Trial by Wind will give us level 10 gear. Just one of these, however. Passing muster. Okay, bone harpoon. Alright, will give us the conjurer's arm that we just picked up. So we'll probably pick up the bronze pieces out of that one. But actually we don't even need to leave. All we need to do is go to Bent Branch Meadows. And we can do that without leaving the building. We'll just teleport and then we'll be out of the building and the town. Alright, let's go. Central Shroud. Ah, look what's unlocked for us. Monk area. We're going to pick this one up. Okay, any quest that has a blue background behind the exclamation mark and a plus sign opens up a part of the game that you have not opened up yet. This is one we want to because this one unlocks the housing for Gridania. Sorry, the housing for the Black Shroud. Margaria has information that may interest wealthy adventurers. Well, I'm not wealthy, but let's find out anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you not an adventurer? I see you running to and fro, face set in grim determination as adventurers are wont to do, hence my presumption. If so, I've information which might interest you. Rumour has it that plots within the lavender beds are being auctioned off. What's more, bidders need not even be Gridanian. Any old adventurer or wandering minstrel could, with sufficient funds, purchase land and build their own home. Considering how discerning the elementals tend to be about who can and cannot reside within the Twelveswood, it is rather surprising, if not hard to believe. Just checking. Okay. But if there is truth to these rumours, well, who hasn't dreamed of owning their own forest cottage, perhaps with a small vegetable garden and a stable large enough for a chocobo or two? You know, should your travels take you to the Mirror Planks where the ferry to the lavender beds is, perhaps you'll find a Twin Adder representative who can tell you more. I would be shocked if they weren't involved in such a monumental change in policy. Very well, now that we've got that tucked away so we don't forget it, where are we going? Down. Oh, I know where we're going. I know, and I always lose the stairs in this place because they blend, the entry to them blends in so well with the rocks. It's like, oh. Okay, do we need, no we don't, because I don't have a chocobo that fights. That's not this character, we've got this. I could be a civilized person and go across the bridge over there, but let's go risk the anger of some Yazans. Or the predatory tendencies. See, it's not that much of a risk. Here we go. don't know, I don't often come in from that angle. I always get lost in this forest. Galfred, hi, look at me. Ready for inspection, are we? Right then, eyes forward, back straight. Yes, I think you passed muster. You would be surprised at how many young promising soldiers get themselves killed by rushing off into the woods without first donning a decent set of armour. Your equipment, however, should provide the required degree of protection. Consider yourself ready for duty, Mistwalker. I do indeed. Let's grab these bronze pieces. Boom. All right. The one thing I really like, or one of the other things I like about main story quests, is the gold. You get a fair amount of gold from them, so yeah, could not skip them. Not that you can if you want to get anywhere in the game, so don't skip your main story quests. Like breakfast. Okay, ignore me. Ah, Mistwalker, by your tireless efforts you've proven yourself a friend to Gridania. I believe you can be trusted with sensitive intelligence. I would assign you a mission of considerable import, yet the need for secrecy prevents me from disclosing its details until you have pledged your participation. I'm authorized to tell you only that it concerns suspicious activity in the Twelves Wood. Say that you will aid us, and I shall proceed with the briefing. Chasing shadows. Galfred needs an adventurer to investigate suspicious activity in the Twelves Wood. Good. Time is of the essence, so listen well. You will by now have heard that a suspicious individual has been seen prowling the Twelves Wood. And you may also be aware that XIV activity has risen sharply in the region of late. What you may not know is that this increase coincided almost exactly with the first recorded sighting of the aforementioned individual. Suspecting a connection, we tightened surveillance in hopes of tracking down our unknown visitor. Alas, our quarry is proving to be exceedingly elusive, almost as if he knows our movements ahead of time. But where whole units have failed, a lone adventurer may yet succeed. Acting independently and covertly, you may be able to close in on our quarry unnoticed. Give me a minute while I check something. I need to look at... that. Alright, so I'm not missing anything there. Just making sure I'm not missing anything in the chat room. You guys are quiet. Oh my god, let's get rid of that right now. Okay. Go back here and turn that off. Alright, there we go. Sorry guys. Still learning. This is about my third stream. So I'm getting there. Right. Fear. Okay, good. Fear and anxiety are beginning to take their toll upon the citizenry, Mistwalker. For their sake, I ask that you aid us in this investigation. It's not my third time doing this game, though. It's my 2000-somethingth hour. You have my gratitude. With your help, I am hopeful we'll shed light upon this mystery. Begin your search at Lifeman's Stump. It is there that the majority of the sightings took place. Be forewarned, my people cannot offer you support lest our quarry catch scent of our presence and evade us yet again. Proceed with caution. Ooh. Do I want to do the Lifeman's Stump? Well, why don't we see if we can do it with level 5 gear? Pretty sure that's what our gear is. Yeah. It is what level quest? Level, okay, we should technically be able to do it. Ideally, you want to have your gear a little bit higher than your than the quest you're chasing, but it should be at the quest level that you are. We are going to take out these forest funguars, however, and we are also nearly 3 times the level of the quest in character level. Let's just remember to use the right one. What is that doing there? That needs to go over here. Oh, right. Let's stir up 2 of these guys. We should be able to take 2 on, which means we should be able to get this part of the hunting log done faster. The reason we're picking on them is because they've got that little crescent over their heads, and that means they're in our hunting log. Tab, target across. Zap that thing out. Okay, good. Right, where am I going? Life Men's Stump. Now, I always get lost for this one. We need to go back this way. We need to go towards the river, but not down onto the river level. You've actually got to go slightly above it. And the first few times I did this, I got horribly lost. So you've got the river down there and the waterfall going into it. And it looks on the map like you go into the waterfall and across. But in actual fact, if you look at the map, you'll see this faint tracery line just next to it, which means that there's a level. So you want to be up on that second level and run through beside the waterfall. First time I did this, it drove me crazy. Alright, we're not here to pick on the tree ant sapling. We could probably take him on, but that looks like a duty. Now, I can't be in Duty Finder. I haven't unlocked a dungeon. We're good. Alright, if you ever come across one of these, if you've unlocked dungeons and you're waiting in Duty Finder and you see this in your next quest line, you need to hop out of Duty Finder so that you're free to do this part of the quest. You're about to enter an instanced battle. Instanced battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the active help window before answering the call of duty. Alright, special instances. You are about to enter a special instance. These areas are reserved for important battles which feature unique environmental conditions or powerful boss enemies. Instance objectives can be confirmed in the duty list, which is over here. And for the duration of the battle, you will be unable to pass beyond the red line displayed on the field. You will automatically leave the instance once all quest objectives have been met. Alright, let's proceed. We are level synced to level 9. Our gear, however, I don't think is. So, I know. What do you reckon, Misty?
Look, someone's already here.
Can you hear that? I'm going to bring the volume for the voices up.
Oh dear. Is that a sword in the stump? Bad idea. Really bad idea.
It is.
It takes a lot less than that to incite the green wrath, you know. Why, the first time we came to the 12's Wood, we almost ended up as a treant's dinner, just for crashing our airship in the wrong place.
Oh
It
dear.
was all Popolimo's fault, of course. Though, he'd sooner swallow his staff than admit that he's wrong.
No, not this one. Not even close. Kupo!
You know her, Kuplo Cop?
What's Kuplo?
Well, not exactly, but we did once share a carriage. Isn't that right?
How are the readings?
Same as the last. There is a disturbance here as well, and newly manifested at that. Kuplo Cop seems convinced of your innocence. But if this isn't your doing, whose is it?
Ever since the calamity, the forest's been really sensitive. The slightest disruption to the etheric flow, and this sort of thing happens.
This sort of thing happens. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's not good. Alright, I'm going to volume down a little bit so we don't get drowned out. There we go. Right, main story quest. So even if you're not running a conjurer, if you start in Gridania, New Gridania, this is
It seems we have little choice.
Nice. I know, I'll bring it up again. I just won't talk. Alright, this is something everyone gets to do. So what I do for my tactics might differ if you are playing something entirely different. Let's get the wind up on these. Alright, and then we're just going to continue. No, we're going to go into the trash. We're trying to take the trash out. The tactics don't always, like, they're not always different. I mean, in all of these fights, you get a better run if you take out the trash, like the ads, and then go back to the main. You'll find that the main characters, the NPCs will tend to take on the main, but you can just occasionally drop in a little bit because there will be more ads. We just have to keep an eye out for them. Hit them harder. I'm trying. I need to focus again. Tab change. Tab change. We want to get rid of the guys that are whacking us, or we're going to be sad little pandas. We're just using the same tactics that we used when we were doing the Fate, in that we're putting the wind down on as many as we can, and then we're focusing on one with our rock, and we're keeping an eye on our health. We're also keeping an eye on our friend's health, and we're switching back to the main to refresh that as we can. Oops, wrong one. Making sure we heal ourselves, tabbing across to the next target, putting down arrow, moving out of the way before someone bombs us with an acorn, and then we're going to deal with the frenzied bulbs. I probably should have dealt with them first, because they would have been down a good chunk of health had I done so. Let's go back to healing ourselves again. Oh no, someone healed us. That was very nice of them. We shouldn't have had to. And move. Looks like we've killed one of our bulbs. Okay, and back to the frenzied oak. Refresh that, which means I need to refresh the one on the frenzied elm. Let's go back again. Take out the oak before it takes out our friends. Okay, done. We're interrupted because the target is dead. Always the best way to be interrupted, rather than, I don't know, a tree badge to the face. There we go. The voices are up. Alright. Oh, a crystal. Yeah, what is that, girl? Wait, are you sure you should be touching that?
Hear, feel, think.
I love the story in this game. Let's not deafening with it though. There we go.
Crystal bearer. I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
Wow. Oh, ignore my coffee stream buttons. Man, wish you were chatting.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Wow. She's like, how did he do that? And then she figured it out. So many of us. And what sentient doesn't yearn to fly?
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
There we are.
You fainted. A surfeit of ether, no doubt.
And what have we here?
A dead Ixal.
Our culprit, it would seem, an Ixal. And no ordinary Ixal either. A chieftain.
Uh-oh.
That they would venture this deep into enemy territory, the beastmen may indeed be acting under orders. This is Papalimo. We found the
How are we
culprit.
feeling then?
It was an Ixalan
Better?
chieftain.
Good.
Yes, we'll seek Brother Esumian's cooperation in the matter.
Giant
Leader?
crystals?
Oh,
Can't say I've seen any.
Atlas. Much the same
Are
as
you
always.
sure you're feeling better?
Oh no.
Understood. Over and out. Kuplokop, please bear word of these developments to Brother Esumian. We shall soon return to give a full report.
Understood. Over and out. Kupo!
Okay, I was right about them having little high-pitched voices.
Here is where we part ways. Till next time, take care.
Thank you.
I think that sword might be a clue. You should definitely pull it out and take it back to the Bannock.
You reckon? All right.
You don't suppose that adventurer could see Kuplokop, do you?
And this occurs to you now? Yes, it seemed that way. Time will tell.
Oh dear.
Well, time will have to, because you won't. You never tell me what's really going on. Unless you don't know what's going on either.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
That little head wiggle of like, oh dear. All right, let's get back to it. I suppose we should do as they requested and take the sword back to the Bannock. Who knows what adventure it might lead to. All right, and we will jog because it'll be a little quicker. Well, it's much of a muchness. Who knows, we might find a fate along the way. We're going to actually level up with our fates, with our hunting log. Speaking of which, I'm trying not to run her off a cliff, although this game is very nice about not necessarily letting you run off cliffs at low levels. Chigos and water sprites. They should be around this area. Yep, here we are. Let's get these done on the way through. I'm all for economy of movement. Alright, that one's going to die of windburn in a minute. Right. Not soon enough, clearly. Ow! Alright, that one will die of windburn soon. I'm still going to get smacked in the back of the head. But we'll start on this one. Here we go. Ah, and here are our Chigos. I thought they were actually in another part of the forest, but that's okay. Let's see how many of these we can take on. And we'll stick with that last one. This could be a mistake. Maybe, maybe, maybe not. Tab across to the next one. Hit that with a couple of rocks. It's a bug. We squash it with a rock. If we hit the right button on our keyboard. Alright, that should be the third one. Brilliant. What's next in our hunting log? Entry complete, Conjurer 5, so we earned another 530 XP. Now we're heading for Surfeit Swarms and Northern Vultures, and they're in east and central Shroud. Surfeit is in the green tier. Okay. Where's that where we are? Right, well why don't we go get our Surfeit Swarms as well while we're at it. I know where it is. It's outside that big dungeony thing. There, Spirit Hold. Outside Spirit Hold we have yeah, and it is on this side of the river. Right, I gotcha. So here we go. All right. Okay, what do we got? Yeah, we're good. We can go a little bit longer. Let's see how many of these we can take on. What are we, level 13? Maybe we can do it? Alright, now I've got to relearn the timing, because I still haven't got my timing right for this spell, the optimal spellcasting of this. And we'll do one more and tab across. And then the arrow should take out... Oh, it doesn't have arrow on it. Did I forget to arrow them? It does look that way, doesn't it? I did forget to arrow them. It's not going to die on its own. Where's my health? Ah, yeah. Make sure you hit arrow when you think you do. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. But we still managed it without dying. Not that we deserve to. I think a bit of death might have taught us an important lesson. Okay. We have finished Conjurer 9, the hunting log. Let's have a look and see what the last entry is. That is Northern Vultures. We'll get to them. Now, off to the Bannock. Oh my gosh, I know. It'd be nice to be able to leave Gridania. That would be fun. Did I just... Almost. Galfred, we may have a problem. Mistwalker, it's good to see you back. One of our patrols sent word that you'd been spotted doing battle with enraged tree ants. I'm relieved to find you none the worse for the experience. But tell me, what were you able to discover at the Lifemen stump? Well, I found this sword stuck in the stump. A sword in the stump and a dead Ixal? I can say with absolute certainty that this blade is of Ixali origin. It is of a kind used exclusively in the Beastmen's rituals. The Ixal rarely set foot in the central shroud, so tight is our guard over the area. What purpose could have driven them to take such a risk? I fear something is afoot. What's that? A dubious couple sporting peculiar spectacles? So you have finally been acquainted with Ida and Papalimo. Lay your suspicions to rest. Gridania counts them among her staunchest allies. Both are scholars hailing from a distant land, and have been with us since before the calamity. Their garb may appear outlandish, and their exchanges baffling, but never once have they given us cause to doubt them. Indeed, they often assist the gods Quiver and the wood whalers in their work, much as I hope you will in your days to come, Mistwalker. Although our unknown visitor eludes us still, owing to your efforts, we have acquired important intelligence on the Ixali threat. You have my gratitude. We are fortunate indeed to have a capable adventurer such as you aiding us. I pray you will continue to serve the people of Gridania in whatever capacity you are able. All right. Slowly with the gold, but a little bit quicker with the XP. That's nice. Boom. Storyteller 2. I think that means we've finished. Achievements are found under character. Under achievements, if you want to know which one you just earned and why, you go to last 5 and it automatically loads that in. And you can see complete 30 unique quests, for which we got 10 more points, for which we can exchange. Have we been to the exchange yet? I don't remember doing it with this character. Eggs over Queasy. Galfred, chief instructor at the Bannock, wishes you to collect Chigo egg sacs. All right. Mistwalker, injuries to several of my men have left me short-handed, and I require a capable sort to complete their unfinished duty. The task is simple. Put down as many of the local Chigo population as necessary to acquire 3 of their egg sacs. Having done so, you are to deliver them to Moranguin at Gilbert's Spire. He will answer any queries you might have. Now, I have other business to attend to. Well, that's a dismissal if ever there was one. We needn't have done the Chigos early. We could have just waited for this mission. Let's go. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. How many do we need? 3. Alright, let's irritate all 3 of them at once. And now we'll face them, and we'll just continue rocking this last one, and then we'll move our way back along the 3. I swear, if that thing takes any more blood out of me, I'm going to be really annoyed. I know, watch out for your auto-targeter. It will kill you if it has a chance. And that one has run out. So usually by the time you get back, your arrow will run out. Alright, let's go to the hut. Now there are a couple more quests you can pick up in this area if you want to, but you don't have to. Ah, you must be the adventurer standing in for our injured companions. Terribly unfortunate business, that. Yep, I brought you some egg sacs. It seems, however, that you had little trouble gathering the egg sacs in their stead. Excellent work. I shall have them sent over to the Trappers' League immediately. Lest you wonder, these egg sacs are not destined for the dinner table. Members of the Twin Adder and the Wood Whalers are assisting the League by collecting the samples they need to check for signs of sickness. The Chigo you see is one of the few creatures capable of transmitting the disease known as the Creeping Death. Until relatively recently, any Hyur who contracted this ghastly illness would almost invariably perish. Indeed, a single outbreak once claimed the lives of a third of the Huron population here in Gridania. That was a long time ago, of course. With the medicines available to us now, the Creeping Death is not the killer it once was. Even so, it is best to halt any new outbreaks before they occur. Thus we gather Chigo eggs on a regular basis in order to assist the Trappers' League with their ongoing research. Your timely assistance is most appreciated. Hey, thank you. You had another mission? Surveying the damage. A guard at Gilbert's Spire named Monrangwen needs you to recover the surveying equipment left behind in a cave by a startled recruit. Such an embarrassing turn of events. I sent a recruit from the Bannock on a surveying expedition only for the Craven to turn tail and flee at the first sign of trouble. This is not how we treat requests from the Conjurers, and as if such poor showing weren't bad enough, the lily-livered half-wit left behind the surveying equipment provided by Hero Pauline herself. While I attempt to instill some backbone into this so-called soldier, would you mind recovering the survey gear and returning it to Hero Pauline at Gabinot's Bower? According to my recruit's tale of woe, there should be a set of survey records, a surveyor's rope, and 2 boxes of surveyor's instruments strewn about the interior of a cavern to the south of here. It's a wonder the damned fool didn't lose his boots. Matron, watch over you. I'll leave him to his, leadership business. And south, you said? Then why am I heading north? Because I think that's where my cave is. No, definitely south. There we go. Let's go for a run along the riverbed. This is where we would have encountered our water sprites for our hunting log, but that's okay. We were close. They were there. It was a match made in, well, a good place for us anyway. Not so good for the water sprites. Away we go. With our level 14, we started at I think about level 10 today, so level 14 is not bad. And that's just through doing the quests and a couple of fates. Oh, I forgot about you. My bad, I just ran right into you. Yeah, too much waffle, not much concentration. What are you doing there? You belong up here. When you get a new skill from leveling up, it'll go into the first available slot on your bottom bar. On the bottom... Oh, oops, that was not intended. I swear. The auto-targeter hates me. But it does like giving me XP, so I guess we'll let it live. Let's go and irritate this thing now. I'm not sure it's going to let us live, though. We could probably take on 2 of these. Let's try it. Not 2 of those. What are you thinking? I really like Arrow. It just kind of... Any time you've got an ability that gives you a dot and you're playing solo, it's a blessing. Survey records. Let's grab those things. See, the other one wouldn't have let us have a go at those anyway, so we've got those done. This one's not going to let us get those instruments, and that one's probably going to be a pain as well. It's out of range. Well, alright then. We'll just do one at a time then. And you guys are quiet. Okay, so as we continue running through here, welcome in, and we're going to just continue with our Conjurer running the main story quests through Gridania. We haven't actually left Gridania yet, so we're not into the quest that everyone from all over the world gets. We're just into the quest that those of you starting out in Gridania will get. Take that one down. I put an arrow on it, so it should be fine. Ah, wait a minute. Is there just one of them? Last time I tried to take this thing on, it made a meal out of me. We will have to level sync, which means this charming chappie over here is going to take us on. He's going to take us on anyway, because he's like that. He has a bad attitude. I mean, my attitude's worse, but... Oh, well, that was easy to decide on. But, still, he won't let us take on that fate target without having a shot at us. So if you ever come across that where you've got an enemy that's not part of the fate wandering around your fate target, take out the enemy first and then go for your fate target. Did I grab everything? I did. I guess we'll let that Bogyarzen live then. Alrighty, what are we at? Level 14. What quest level are we doing? Level 8. Not bad. We are delivering the survey equipment to Pauline at Gabonose Bower, which is this little log hut over here. I know, trust me to come on the wrong side of the river. We'll get there. So there we go. Life, the world, and everything. So we are going to ignore some of the extra quests here because now we're leveling via main story quest and hunting log and the occasional fate. Yes, may I assist you with some matter? I have your gear. Here you go. Oh, but this is the equipment I left with the soldiers of the Bannock. Fled at first sight of danger, you say? I see. Well, all is not lost. It appears the recruit managed to complete the surveying assignment. The records are actually quite detailed. With the changes wrought by the calamity, I thought it wise to send the Order of the Twin Adder on a number of expeditions to map the region's topography. As fortune would have it, the officers saw these tasks as an excellent opportunity to train inexperienced soldiers. We can no longer rely on our past knowledge of the Twelveswood. If we are to survive these troubled times, we must reacquaint ourselves with our surroundings, that we may better discern the threats we face. Stay vigilant, adventurer. I sure will. Disciple of War. Ooh, well, let's have that then. All classes. We got some new gear. Class quest reward. You can now go on to the next class or quest. There are some actions which only can be learned by completing specific class quests. For example, the ranged Lancer weapon skill Piercing Talon is acquired by completing the Lancer's Guild quest, available at level 15. And what did we just get? I don't know yet. Got Raise, but that's not unique. Sooner. Repose. I put Repose up here because I don't use it very often. Probably not as often as I should. Let's go for C for character. We picked up some new gear. Let's get some new gear on. Oh, I'm going to regret that decision. Pop that down there. Did I remember to set up my character portrait and template? Adventurer plate. We did. Good. Oh, wait a minute. I think that was actually the window I needed. Adventurer plate. Edit portrait. Reflect current gear. Yeah. Okay. Look, I do that because... So now when we open it, we should have our not so great gear on. No. Do I not save it? Edit portrait. Reflect current gear. Save button. That always helps. There we go. I know. I should have twigged earlier. Okay. Have I set up the... I think I did. Just go into... Adventurer plate. That was what we just did, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, no, we did do it. A soldier's breakfast. Pauline at Gabonose Bower needs an adventurer to cull the growing anole population as well as gather one of the Scalekin's eggs. Because that's not going to make him mad. I hesitate to make such a dangerous request, but might you assist us in thinning the number of anoles on Naked Rock? In our efforts to commune with the elementals, we conjurers often find ourselves in the area. Of late, however, our meditations have all too frequently been interrupted by unprovoked anole attacks. Truly, the beasts grow more aggressive by the day. Their numbers have continued to grow since the advent of the 7th Umbral Era, you see, forcing packs of the Scalekin to come down from the mountains in search of food. If you could slay a handful of the beasts, that should lessen their need to hunt, and also serve as a warning to the anoles to remain within their territory. But I am afraid you must do more than thin the existing population. If we are to truly break this spiraling growth, then we must also target their future offspring. Bring me one of their eggs, and you will have played your part in returning balance to this area of the forest. You just want breakfast, don't you? I mean, come on, and an old egg for breakfast? That's what it is, for sure. Okay, let's go. Bit of protein. Won't hurt anybody, except the anole. Right, now the egg is... I know. We're going to have to fight our way up to the hill. Let's see if we can avoid a few of them. I just need to remember which path to take. I'm pretty sure I've got to go up there, which means I'm going to have to take on that one that's stalking up the hill probably. And almost definitely these two if they turn around while I'm trying to get past them. No? Okay. Now if I've guessed this right, we should be in a quiet spot on the board. Do I want to take on all three? Oh my gosh, why not? Let's go with my conjurer. Wrong one. So what I'm trying to practice here is the ability to maintain my casting while I'm... This could be have been a foolish idea. You think? My ability to maintain my casting while I'm fighting multiple opponents. While I'm dodging out of area effects. Now, hopefully, I haven't misjudged. Whoops. That was a little bit burny. Let's get that going. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is practice the ability to keep casting while moving. And you've got to pick the point in the spell where you've pretty much completed the spell. Otherwise it gets interrupted. So you'll know you've succeeded in this activity. Okay, clearly my arrow has run out. Fine, Jimmy, you're dead. And you need a refresher of wind. So yeah, so this is actually a really good place to practice your ability to keep casting your spell while dodging out of the area attack. We did okay, we didn't do great. That's not too bad. Oh, come on, what's the game without a little bit of extra challenge? But basically, these are skills specific to casters where a lot of us, when we're casting, if we move when we're casting, the spell will fail because you'll be interrupted. So there is a sweet point in the spell that you get so much of the way through it, and then you move and it completes, and you're able to move out of the danger and not lose your spell. And it's a little bit harder to do than it sounds, but once you get the hang of it, it's a really useful skill to have. So because I haven't played a caster for a little bit, I'm practicing it just to try and get my eye back in, so I can be more effective when I'm down in a dungeon. And the healer, oh wait, I don't have to worry so much about myself. I can keep focused on the tank. If you're an archer, no, you're right. If you're an archer, if you're a thaumaturge, it's a good skill to have. Summoners, it's useful for summoners, scholars. Summoners, scholars, arcanists, and thaumaturges find it a little simpler. I'm not sure about Pictomancer. I haven't got to play it yet, so I'll know once I get to play that. So there we go. Now where are we going? Back to the Bannock? Yeah, we're delivering the egg to Soup Camazon at the Bannock. I didn't read the end out. I'm so sorry. I know. When I'm playing on my own, I fast read it, and I don't read it out to myself. When I'm playing with an audience, I try and at least read the quests out so you guys get the story. Because the story in this game is important. Even the little side stories are kind of good to have. Okay. Zook Amazon. Who goes there? Oh, Mistwalker, it's you. Another delivery? Yep, I brought you an egg. I'm not certain I should be the one to... By Nofika, that's an Anol egg. The troops will be glad indeed to see one of these at the table. And you say Hera Pauline sent you on this errand? I hear the Anols are more numerous than ever, yet you appear to have managed the task with your skin intact. Your skill and bravery continue to amaze me, Mistwalker. All right, what did she give us? Ooh, a brand new Whispering Maple Wand. We'll have that. That's awesome. See, and we'll grab this. And will it affect this? Not yet, it won't. We have too many things below the level, that's why. Let's talk to Galfred. Let's get rid of our character thing. Galfred. Mistwalker, thank the gods you've come. We have a potential crisis on our hands, and I would appreciate your assistance. Will you hear me out? Sure. Spirit hold broken. Galfred, chief instructor at the Bannock, would entrust you with the task of investigating Spirit hold. Aha, what happened at Spirit hold? I was just there. Listen well, for we haven't much time. To the southeast of here lies a dungeon known as Spirit hold. It was all but destroyed during the calamity. Desiring to offer the ruins back to the forest, a hero ventured inside to carry out the rite of returning. Alas, it would seem something has gone awry. Word arrived just moments ago that the hero and his guards have been attacked by a towering shadow. Aye, you heard me true, a shadow. On any other day, I would dispatch my best quivermen to provide support, but I sent them to repel an XIV incursion in the West Shroud nary a bell ago. The timing of these events cannot be mere coincidence. I fear the Ixals somehow caught wind of our plans and are attempting to disrupt the rite in an effort to weaken the bond between man and our elemental. They must not be allowed to succeed, and so I bid you go to Spirit hold and do whatever is necessary to resolve the situation. Please say you will help us. Sure. I knew you would not let me down. You will have all the support I can muster. Now, we're racing against time, so you had best make haste. All right, we're racing against time. Let's not run into a wall then, shall we? Round the edge. Grab our sprint button. I know, I do miss my bird. You're right. We're looking for... All right, that's our opportunity. We're leaving that one alone for the moment. We can get to it from a number of directions. Spirit hold broken. Let's go. We need to go back this way and around the top. I love the mini-map in this game. It makes life so much easier. It's something that I appreciate when I see, no matter which game I see it in. But when I don't have it, I'm always like, let's hit M, see how we're progressing, let's hit, and then again, and so on and so forth. And it can be a little bit disorienting to do it that way, but it's still effective. Alrighty. Did we equip our new gear? We did. Good. So we're still at level 5. Just get rid of that. We do need to talk to the guy up here. He's probably there to brief us. That might be important. Alastan? Who goes there? An adventurer, is it? Here, at Instructor Gelfred's request, you say? Thank them, matron. Doubtless you already know this, but a towering shadow manifested without warning and attacked the hero in the midst of the rite. Most of his party has been successfully evacuated, but 5 remain unaccounted for. Please find them, and see them out of harm's way. Aye, aye, let's go. I don't think he's going to let me get stuff done. And just in case he won't, we'll just get rid of him. We will ensure he is mad at us. Here we go. Alright. We should be able to get to these two without having to murder anything else. The worried wood whaler. Oh, a great shadow towering over me. What in the 12's good grace? An adventurer, please, you must save the hero. I can do that. I think we can get to him too without being mugged. Then again, if you make me nervous, Imp, you will die early. Galfred sent you? I'm no longer of use here. Pray, help the hero in my stead. I can do that. Alright, you're not going to let me up the stairs, so we'll get rid of you. I might just take them on one at a time this time, I think, because these things throw ice balls and they don't conveniently get me closer. Alright, the wind should take care of that one. Tell me I didn't forget the wind. Yeah. Not in line of sight. Rude. Oops, I did forget the wind on this one. Now I've got it. So arrows loaded. Looks like we can leave the Surfed Swarms alone, so we can just leave them and we'll just go after the Trickster Imps. Okay, he's not going to come down the stairs after me. Let's grab this guy, the overwrought Wood Whaler. Away, Vifion! Away, I say! I defy you! I defy you! Oh, an adventurer. We were ambushed in the midst of the ritual, and then I'm not sure what happened. Okay, go see the medics. I know, I bet he woke up flailing, like, you know. I think we can talk to the cool-headed conjurer without getting mugged. You were sent to help. I fear you're too late. The ritual has failed. I must needs return to Gridania. The Seed Seers must know of this. No asking me to look after your boss? Uh-oh, what did I just join? Alex of the Draw. We'll get him in a minute. You, however, you will fix up early. Let's fix this guy up as well. I might as well take on 2. This is good practice for switching between offense and healing. Tab across to this little mungbean. I know I am relying on my arrow to take the other one down before I finish with this one. And if I've misjudged how long the arrow lasts, no I didn't, good. I could be in trouble. The confused conjurer. That thing was no elemental, but a being born of darkness. The hero languishes alone in the depths. You must help him. Alright. Now I don't... Oh, that's okay. We should theoretically be able to take on this without getting in the way of the fate. Alright, let's go. Duty calls. Commence battle for Spirit Hold Broken. Level sync is in effect. If you're above the maximum allowed level, it will be synced as follows. To level 13. Let's do it. Alright. Uh-oh. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone of soul, a soul, that it may wake to life. That can't be good. Oh yeah. Hero, I think you should leave now. I'll be fine. Maybe. Alright, well if he's not going to go, we're going to take this beastie and we're going to turn him away. I know we're not tanks, but we don't have one of those, so we're just going to have to move him. We'll just go over this way. And hopefully, yeah. I don't think it matters in this particular combat, to be honest. Right, we've got our arrow going. Now all that matters is we need to watch our health and smush this thing as fast as we can. We just keep an eye on our arrow to make sure it's like once it gets low, we need to refresh it. Because I don't think we're going to beat this one before the yeah. Alright, now he's done that, we'll come back in. I have done a little bit of tanking if you're wondering, but my first character was a healer. She was nowhere near as oh my god, as effective though, because I didn't know what I was doing. So I mean that kind of makes a difference. And there I go, not refreshing my arrow as soon as I can. Just go this way. Come back in. I know there's another game if you do that, even when the circle disappears, unless the animation is finished, you'll still cop the damage. I can't say how much I appreciate this game, in that if you avoid the circle, you avoid the damage. But it does sometimes make me hesitate when I shouldn't. There we go. I think we've done it. Duty complete. So that was with level 5 gear. I think we had a level 6 weapon, but level 5 gear overall, and level 8 shirt. That the golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. What? I know, empty doorway. I swear I heard a voice. You two again. Let me increase the volume for their talking. They're not going to talk? Okay. Damnation! He has eluded us yet again. Oh, fancy meeting you here. How are things? They were fine until you two arrived. Whatever are you? Shh, more birds. This makes it how many times today? 7? Their movements are beyond our fathoming. Do you think maybe they're trying to summon their primal? I hope not, for our sakes. Yet we must be prepared for the worst. Hey, how are you, Baron Von Pancakes? What are you up to? Sorry if I took a bit of a delay to see you there. Withered. The same fate has befallen Emerald Moss. It is as we feared. Dalaman's anomaly is affecting life in the 12th Wood. You're grinding some Mog tomes in Final Fantasy XIV. Excellent. What are you hoping to get out of the Mog shop? You mean the disturbance in the etheric flow? The very same. The Galileans have a lot to answer for. Too much. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there today. In this run. You going for the Guiva? You need 310 of them. Well, good luck. What's 4 into 310? 32, so 8. So you need to run about 80 dungeons at the lowest of the lowest return. Good luck. Actually, that should be fun though. I'll get back to Pablimo for you. The imbalance they've created is plunging the land into chaos, just as Louis Soir forewarned. Griever was your first purchase. Oh, well done. You finished them finally? All of them? It's no wonder those primals have started appearing. Time is against us, but there is still hope for the land. All 7. I've got to start on them with my main, so... We must hold fast to that hope and fight to the very last. So what's your next mount you're working on, Baron? Agreed. I'm not yelling. Ah, stupid things. These stupid things happen to be the very latest in Chilean innovation. Show some respect. But they're so uncomfortable and ugly. If you ask me, they're an improvement over that mask of yours. So you got the Guivas. What was the other one that they had that you wanted with the mounts? I know, because those were the dragon mounts, I think. And then there's some fox ones, isn't there? Hard to believe it's already been 5 whole years, isn't it? Already? 5 years is but a heartbeat in the life of the planet. I hope you're right. But now I think about it, the 12th Wood's barely recovered at all, and the Gridanians still have the same old problems. Aye, along with some new ones, just in case the Ixal and Garuda weren't troublesome enough. The Sylphs had to go and invite Ramu, didn't they? Do you ever think about those adventurers who fought alongside us? I do, and then 5 years seems like ages. I wonder what became of them. You've done all the horse mounts, fox mounts, and dragon mounts. Currently working on the Endwalker mounts, and then on the Dawn Trail. Yeah, all good luck. Good luck with those. Ah. Ida, look. Golly, And this is what exactly? Yet another disturbance in the ether, and freshly manifested at that. It seems to be emanating from Lifeman's stump. We must hurry. Right, and now we're back to it. Are you all right? Your eyes glazed over for a while there. The good news is that the hero is unharmed. Somewhat dazed, yes, but whole of mind and body. The bad news concerns everything else. Lest you forget, the 12's Wood is the domain of the elementals. It is by their leave that man abides in the forest and avails himself of its bounty. The ground which the dungeon occupies is no different. Having no more use for the dungeon, the Gridanians sent a hero to offer the place back to the elementals by way of the right of returning, which is essentially an expression of gratitude. Alas, he failed to complete the ritual for obvious reasons. While the poor soul cannot be blamed for this, the fact remains that unless the elementals are given their due, they may well consider it a slight. And the very last thing the Gridanians can afford to do in these uncertain times is risk alienating the 12's Wood's eternal guardians. But you have more than done your part. We shall see the hero to safety and send for his peers to finish the rite. In the meantime, please make your way outside and report to Alistan. Ah, but where are my manners? I am Papalimo, and the tactless woman beside me here is Ida. Papalimo and I are surveying the 12's Wood together. Pleased to meet you. Ida, give me a hand, would you? Oh no. Wait, there is something familiar about you. Could it be that you are... never mind. Doubtless my eyes are playing tricks. Till we meet again. Oh yes, I nearly forgot and ran right into that. Wait, is that fate still going? No. Oh, whoops. Focus. It's getting the timing on these that is the trick. Okay. And I ran into a wall. I wonder if I can just wander past this fellow and let him leave me alone. Maybe. What about this one? Oh, someone's beating that one up. Let's give them a hand. There we go. Alright, off to chat with Alistan. Hey Alistan, how are you doing? All this happened inside Spirit Hold. 12 preserve us. Who was that masked mage? Oh, let me start that again. Who was that masked mage, and by what dark ambition is he driven? So many things shrouded in mystery. Well, I shan't find any answers on my own. I must needs discuss this with Galfred. The matter warrants a full investigation, if I am any judge, and that shall certainly be my recommendation. Your courage has saved many lives this day, adventurer. For this you have my deepest gratitude. Pray return to Gridania and seek out Mune. I understand she wishes to thank you for your efforts on our behalf. Rightio, well let's not go for a jog then. Let's just grab our return and zip our way all the way back to Gridania. Alrighty. Okay. And where are we going? Mother Mune. Well, let's not take the teleport to the Conjurer's Guild then. Especially when we haven't done our mission. That would be disastrous. Mother Mune. Hi. Welcome back, Mistwalker. A little bird tells me that the hero and his party owe you their lives. Not really. A tale for the tavern if ever there were one. It is only a shame that I must ask you not to tell it for the time being, at least. Do I make myself clear? Until the heroes have made their will on the matter known, it would be best to avoid unsettling people with stories of walking statues. Now then, you must have suitable recompense for your valiant service. For the first half of your reward, I give you leave to make use of the accommodations here at the Guild. Arrangements have been made, so all you need to do is speak with Antoinette whenever you crave the comfort of a firm bed and a soft pillow. Inn rooms are now available. Yes. For the second half of your reward, I offer you another path to fame and fortune, Guild Lives. Guild Lives are records of the various requests we receive from the citizenry. They outline all manner of tasks which ambitious young adventurers like you can elect to undertake. Gontran is our Guild Lev official, or Levmet, here in the Carline Canopy. I've spoken with him regarding your knack for solving challenging problems, and he is eager to make your acquaintance. I just bet he is. Guild Levs, now available. By the way, have you perchance heard about the coming festival? It is truly a splendid occasion, looked forward to by young and old alike, and one I heartily recommend that you take the time to enjoy. Don't be too disappointed if the recent troubles cast a shadow over proceedings, however. I fear nothing short of the mysterious interloper's apprehension can prevent that. But we were talking about you, Mistwalker. You have made Mother proud. I expect great things of you, young lady. Wow. Alrighty. So this is the first step to unlocking Levs in the city-states. If you start in Gridania, you actually need, I think it's the Levs of Bent Branch, in order to unlock the Levs in the city-states. But right now, you now have access to recommendations. This feature displays a list of quests or duties currently available in your area. The recommendations list can be opened from under duty in the main menu, and will also display automatically when you log in. If you find yourself unsure of what to do next, this tool makes it simple to locate activities suitable for your present class and level. I'm trying to remember if the smith and the training is linked to where you've progressed in your job class or where you've progressed in your main story quest. Anyway, let's have a quick chat with Mother Mew. Who is that? That was a very cute little troublemaker, if ever I saw one. On to Bent Branch. Impressed by your progress, Mune wishes to send you to Bent Branch Meadows, where you will find further opportunities to learn. How is my favourite fresh-faced adventurer? Oh, do not scowl so. I speak out of habit. You've come a long way since you first walked through my door, and I will not deny it. As a matter of fact, I think it's about time you made yourself useful at Bent Branch Meadows in the Central Shroud. Unlike the recruits you see at the Bannock, the men and women out at Bent Branch are fully occupied with their own work. As such, I imagine there are more than a few who would welcome the assistance of a rapidly maturing adventurer like yourself. Bent Branch is also home to a very usefully situated etherite. It is, in other words, the perfect place for you to begin the next stage of your journey as an adventurer. And what better time than the present? Leave the city via the Blue Badger Gate and continue to the southwest until you come to a bridge. Cross it, and when you spy an etherite in the distance, you may congratulate yourself on having successfully found Bent Branch Meadows. If you so fancy, you may also make use of the Chocobo Porter service, doubtless the safest way to get you to your destination. Chocobo Keep Singur should not hesitate to lend his birds to a capable adventurer like you. Oh, and be sure to introduce yourself to Keitha, the head Chocobo Wrangler, when you arrive. Alright, that's quite a list. Okay, so we now have another little exclamation mark with a plus sign on it. We'll grab that thing. Levs of Bent Branch. Gontrant is responsible for assigning guild Levs at the Carline Canopy, and is offering to give you an introduction to the world of Lev quests. Alright, Lev quests are an important part of leveling up as well, when you remember to do them. Mother Miyun has told me much of your adventurous endeavours, Mistwalker. Have you considered attempting one of the guild labs available here at the Adventurers Guild? Guild labs are the means by which we document requests for assistance from the citizenry prior to assigning them to adventurers possessed of the necessary skills. From battlecraft labs that require the extermination of monsters to tradecraft labs that ask for the creation of goods, the tasks we term lev quests are many and varied in their nature. Should your interest be piqued, I suggest you make your way to Bent Branch Meadows and speak with Tierney. She will be happy to set your feet on the path to completing your first lev quest. Rightio. Now, where are we going? Well, we could just teleport to Bent Branch. It would be the easiest way at this point, but the other thing I want to do is I want to just head on out to the lavender beds. Although I have a feeling it's not going to let me do it the way that I'm thinking of trying. So let's go up to the Lancers Guild, which is closest to the ferry, and is almost certainly not where we need to go, but I want to see if this works. Okay, so this is Mitani. Yeah. Alright, that's not going to work. I'm pretty sure. If I go down to Romeric, I probably won't get the option to travel to the lavender beds. Oh, we might. Let's see. My apologies for the inconvenience, but this ferry is presently out of service. We are going to have to make the run, and I mean run, from Bent Branch Meadows. Alrighty, well, I guess we're going to Bent Branch Meadows. So I wanted to see if it mattered which ferry you took, and it looks very much like you do for the quest. Let's go and finish off this quest. We could go and speak to, I think this is where Keitha is. Here we go. Hi, Keitha. You must be the venturer Mioun sent word about. I'm Keitha, head wrangler round these parts. I've heard many and more things about you. Good things, lest you worry. When the elder Seedseer bade us welcome venturers, 'tis fair to say we had our doubts, till hard-working folk like yourself set about proving us wrong, that is. Consider me a convert. Any road, you've a mind to help out at the ranch, have you? Good. We could always do with a hand or two to keep the place running smoothly. As a matter of fact, I've a task here that wants doing. Let me know when you're ready to get busy. Oh, and you come highly recommended, so don't go letting no one down, eh? Wow, no pressure. Alright, this is for war, and this is for, wow, we could do with some new pants. What colour were they? Let's find out in a minute. Alright, before we have a chat, we just got some new gear. Let's put it right on so we don't forget that it's there. And they were shale brown dyes. We have dark brown pants on. Excellent. Okay. Quick chat with Keitha. I forgot to check and see if my my item level is now 6. You shall not trespass. Keitha, the head wrangler at Bent Branch Meadows, appears most distraught. See if there is anything you can do. 7 owls! Some bastard Chacon has gone and broken one of me Chocobo eggs. The filthy little thief was busy looting the barn when a guard startled it, prompted the damn thing to drop the eggs it was clutching and run. Some of the lads gave chase, bless them, but when 3 more of the vermin appeared, me lot had no choice but to turn back. Something has to be done about those Chacon. Would you mind heading over to the matron's Lethe and having a word with a soldier named Rosaline for me? The rat men nest in her neck of the woods. See, she'll know what to do. Oh, you know what, young lady? I don't mind if I do. Let's take a shortcut. I know, we are supposed to be doing our lives as well. We'll get there. Just give me a minute. At this stage of the game, there is so much you want to unlock, and you just don't want to forget to unlock it. But if you do go back and do it, it's not that hard to pick it up again. Rosaline. You're here on Keitha's behalf. I see. Broke one of her eggs, you say? And there were 4 of the creatures. The Chacon are a nuisance at the best of times, so we must now add trespass and Chocobo murder to their list of transgressions. They have forced our hand. Our retribution must needs be swift and decisive. And who better than to deliver it, adventurer? Find the lair to the west of here and make an example of exactly 4 Chacon scramblers. We can send no clearer message. 4, you say? Very well. But before we do, how long does this have to run? 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and this one? Okay. I'm going to see how far through this one we can get before it closes on us, but we should still get some more XP out of it. Let's make sure we level sync. Let's try not to fall off the log. This is one of those spaces in Final Fantasy at this area where you can fall off, and it's very entertaining when you do, but not when you land. Alright, I want to try and take on more than one of these birds at once because we've got about 1:43 and we've got a long way to go. Let's see if we can get some more done. Oh god, I looked down. Oh, that's right, we have to also remember to dodge. Dodging is important. So we're going to be practicing that skill of slide stepping, which you can clearly see I am not very good at. So we will be practicing switching between healing and other things. Let's leave the wind take care of that one, and we'll get a hold of this one. I know, we'll be lucky if we do get this one done. But we're going to do our best. Let's see how we go. Even if you fail it, you will still get XP. Oh, fiddlesticks. Unless, of course, you're daft and target the wrong monster cloud. We better get rid of the hornets. They kind of hurt. No pun intended. Alright. I'm going to risk letting that... Don't you dare attack another lot of hornets, you crazy lady. I'm getting... Oh no. I was going to say I'm getting the distinct impression that I haven't put arrow on that hornet swarm, but we did. Oh, sugar. Perhaps I should, take care of that. Okay, maybe my arrow ran out. Let's check. Yeah, that would do it. I misjudged on how long it had to last. We failed the fate. But we did get 1196 XP and 14 gold coins. Let's go and see how long that level 12 has to go. And what it entails. Perhaps not by running off the end of the log. Grab our sprint. Zippity back this way. If any luck, that might actually double over with the mission. We might get to motor some chicane as well as... No, we won't. Alright, what's over here? That was a log. It's a fate. What level is it? Level 34, you say? I don't think we're going to interfere with that one just yet. Not with our lovely level 16. And IL6 gear, yeah. Alright, let's go and upset some chicane scramblers. These are level 10. I can see someone having a go. What I might do is, if that thing is in range, like if the next one they attack is in range, we might just put a bit of wind on it so they get a little tiny bit of a boost. Looks like they're already deciding to have a bit of a boost on that one. Fine, you take that. Glad to be of service. I'm hoping it still counts. I don't know if it will. Let's give them a bit of a hand. There you go. Now we'll go back to this one. It did still count. Let's help them with that one. There we go. Has this one got wind on it? Yes, so it should die shortly. That would be 3. Okay, looks like at least one of those other kills did not help. Oh no! Oh boy, that's a level 10 dynamite. We could take it, I just don't feel like it. So let me see, well, we'll kill this one together because I need one more as well. And then we'll help them with this one. Okay, they should be right with that. Let's go! I know, I can't see them. Maybe it's a bot or maybe it's someone in a different instance. It's one of those two. We'll see how we go. Can I run up the wall here? I think I actually have to run around, but we'll try. I like shortcuts. What can I say? No. Except when they waste my time. Then I don't like them so much. I think you can get up that side. I just can't be bothered trying to bang my face against the wall to work it out. All right. Whoops. Oh, I had to go back to the soldier. I'm so bad. Oh dear. Yes, look for the little green thingamywhatsit on the thingamywhatsit. You've got it. Oh dear. It's not the first time I've done that either with that quest. Sigh. Alrighty. The deed is done. Good. A grim task, but a necessary one. You've shown them the folly of inciting the wrath of those who consort with adventurers. Perhaps now the Chakern will think twice before giving in to their larcenous proclivities. I hope so. Now, does that any better? No, let's take some gold this time. And we'll talk to Oshaja'ab. Don't look down. Oshaja'ab, a wood whaler at the matron's left, is looking for a sure-footed adventurer to pluck blue trumpets from the rot of the nearby Heavens Pillar. Right. Ho there, adventurer. You seem light on your feet. Fancy a quick skip along the route of the Heavens Pillar here? I need someone to pick off a blue trumpet or two. I know what you're thinking. It's not more than a mushroom, so why the commotion? I tell you why. You allow that fungal menace to multiply, and within a moon they'll be covering the whole damned route and rotting the wood clear through. Just watch your step while you're up there, though. The dire mites on the ground won't waste any time adding insult to falling injuries. Once you're done, head up to the top end of the route and report to Theodore. He'll be glad to hear someone's taking care of his more dreaded chores. One of his more dreaded chores. Now, if I remember rightly, there's a there is one over here, isn't there? Okay, no, I'm remembering the wrong adventure. Wrong quest. There is a quest where they I think it's the Dynamite quest actually. Let's go. I know you can fall off this log. It's like I forget and then I get cocky and then I fall off the log and remember again. It's all a learning curve. Hurry up. Alright, the other two are on the other side. There we go. Now how did I do this last time? Very carefully, I think, is the answer to that question. I mean, in real life, I'm not so good at heights. So, I mean, in games, I'm not much braver. Oh, I'm so glad it didn't let me fall. Now, the instruction was go up the log, wasn't it? Oh no, I missed that tree branch 3 times. I'm so glad there wasn't like a big gap underneath it. Yes, very difficult. Oh dear. Up we go. Theodore? Oh, you've cleared the route of blue trumpets? Wonderful. To be quite honest, I have this teeny tiny problem with heights. No, this is not my ideal posting, but we all do what we must. Keeping the route passable is an important job, you see. It's one of the few ways folks can traverse the central shroud since the calamity all but split the area in twain. It is not, perhaps, the easiest pathway to walk, but there are those who believe the will of the matron herself caused this tendril of a heaven's pillar to remain thus suspended, that it might serve the forest people. I'm rather fond of the notion myself. Alrighty. Hello. You smile, puppy. You're on camera. Hello. What's a good girl? Yes. You want out, don't you? Go talk to the podling. I'm sorry, guys. That was my dog. She wants 2 things. Actually, no, she wants 1 thing. She wants breakfast and it's being served. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. What were we doing? I know we had a guest. Just give it a minute. All right. Sorry, guys. That was a an unavoidable break. The pups needed feeding. Don't look down. What reward are we gathering? We are gathering the Amateur's hempen coif, which we can't wear right now. Let's pick it up anyway, just in case we can. Let's complete that, not decline it. Pick up our next main story quest, In the Grim Darkness of the Forest. In the grim darkness of the forest, Theodore is looking for an adventurer to deliver a message. He is, huh? It is regrettably my duty to stand watch over the road from here to Bent Branch Meadows. The ranch has become a veritable institution in Gridania, so any threats to its continued operation are taken quite seriously by the wood whalers. Which reminds me, mayhap it was my imagination, but I believe I caught a glimpse of some shadowy fella not too long ago. Would you mind passing word to Rosaline down below? I would go myself, but, well, it's hard enough marshalling the courage to walk the route for my shift. Well, that is true courage, isn't it? That's true silliness if I jump over that. Like, man is scared of heights. Has he made a protest to his commander? Uh-uh. Has he mastered his fear enough that he can still do his job? Yes, he has. It's pretty brave. Let's go. What is that under there? Do I want to know? I'm not sure I do want to know, to be honest. All right. Rosaline. A shadowy fellow? Now that you mention it, I may have seen something. I dismissed it as a trick of the light before, but I thought I saw a shadow in the forest to the north. Still, I suspect it is nothing more than a Chacern thief on the run. If you must sate your curiosity, by all means investigate. Should you actually find something of note, I would like very much to see it. Well, I must sate my curiosity, but I also think you probably need to find out what it is. There it is. And I'm like, where's my arrow? But I'd already run across the border, so it was showing. I don't remember that being quite so red and glowy before. Nice. It's like burning coals rather than flame. Which means whoever made it is not very far away. Alright, I'm not going to see if I can set myself alight. That would be bad. Also has been known to happen. Not on that fire, though. Rosaline, how are you going? Have you found something? I have indeed. Remnants of a campfire and a forgotten bag. This could belong to any adventurer or traveller, and inside we have a Chocobo grooming brush and Rosling oil. But wait, why would a traveller make camp here when it would be far safer to beg the hospitality of Bent Branch Meadows? Bugger me. I think this belongs to that stranger said to be meddling with the Chocobos. Thank you, adventurer. We have been lax in our duties, but no longer. I swear we will find this shadow. All right. Excuse me for a minute. My voice is starting to crack. I'll probably go for another half hour or so, but what I'd really like to do is escape Gridania, do the envoy of Gridania, but I'm not sure we'll get to it today. And I'm really not sure my voice is going to hold. So we'll find out. Hang on a minute. Okay, let's try that again. In the grim darkness of the forest, we can buy the jackboots or have the jackboots, but I think what we'll do is grab the amateur's duckbills, seeing as we can wear them. We will go for C. We will go for let's upgrade our gear again. We're at item level 6. Still item level 6, but we've also learnt Stone Mastery as a trait, which we won't see on our bar, but we will see in our traits. If you're ever curious as to where to find your traits, go into Character, go into Actions and Traits, and we will go to Traits, and that'll show you. These are the ones you don't see on the screen. So Stone Mastery, upgrade Stone to Stone 2. And when we get to Maim and Mend, we'll be able to increase our base action damage and hit point restoration by 10%, but we won't get that to level 20. All right. Hey, thank you. Okay, let's try a hot drink. That's a bit better. Alrighty. Oh, my youngest is looking after me there. Okay. Lads of Bent Branch. Let's go. Let's go to threat level elevated. That's our main story quest. We will do some of these side quests, but what I plan to do is once I take on the second job, as I'm leveling that up, I'll do the lower level side quests to keep that through, to keep that moving through. Because it won't have the main story quest to help it level. Alrighty, threat level elevated. Rosaline would like you to warn other sentries of the stranger's activities. We cannot allow other sentries to dismiss similar sightings. They must know what we have learnt. To that end, I've prepared this letter containing everything we know about our mysterious stranger. I need you to show it to my comrades throughout the shroud. Once each sentry has committed the details to memory, have them write their name at the bottom for confirmation. Start with Elmar at the Bannock, then find Bernard at the eastern gates of Bent Branch Meadows. They ought to relay the information to the others. Finally, make sure Ilgar sees the letter. He stands watch within the stables, so if this stranger's aim is to harm the Chocobos, Ilgar may have to personally put an end to it. All right, let's go. Bent Branch. No, not Bent Branch. The Elmar at that place that I should know the name of, but I can't remember right now. Where we've picked up all of our quests to date. Let's just risk irritating these Bogyazans. There we go, straight across. If you're quick and make sure they're not looking at you, you should be fine. Elmar. Here we are. You don't look like you're here for training. No, I've got a missive for you. Need to sign it. Shadowy figure. Understood. I'll pass word to the recruits as well as the sentries. Let me just make my mark. There, that should do. If you follow the road south, you'll find Bernard by the bridge to Bent Branch. Godspeed, adventurer. Okay, do not say that too fast, or when you've had too much to drink. Radio. It's a tongue twister. An onomatopoeic tongue twister. Here we go. Through here. We want to actually be on this side of the water because we're going to find the bridge. And then I think before we scoot back to deliver this when it's done, we're going to actually head on down to the pier and we're going to unlock the lavender beds for housing. Bernard. You have business with me, adventurer? I certainly do. You need to sign it. Read and sign. Rosaline is right to be cautious, but this stranger to venture so close yet go to such great lengths to remain undetected is highly suspicious. They clearly have designs on Bent Branch. We appreciate the help. I should write my name here, yes? Yeah, absolutely, at the bottom. There you go. And here, take it. You'll find Ilgar in the stables past the Etherite. Alrighty, let's go. Maybe for a sprint. Look, I could go down the stairs like a civilized person, but where is the fun in that? I got lost. You're right, I did. Ilka, how you doing? Mind the birds, adventurer. They get very nervous around strangers. They do, huh? What's this? A shadowy stranger near the matron's lair? You've already shown this to Bernard and Elmer, I see. Good, good. Then all that's left is to inform the staff here. Not everyone here is a wood whaler, true, but even our stable boys wouldn't hesitate to take up arms to defend these chocobos. Good to hear. You have something for me? Migrant marauders. Ilgar would like to impose upon the kindness of an adventurer. You're quite the compassionate adventurer by the sound of it. Well, far be it from me to look a gift chocobo in the mouth. I've need of a capable woman like yourself. We received a peddler at the gates the other day, an excitable lalafell that was sweating and swearing that he'd been attacked by a large winged beast. Yet other than hornets, I know of no flying creatures in this region. Is there any truth? If there is any truth to what he said, it might prove problematic. For other travellers, follow the road south and see if you can find any evidence to support his claim. And should you find something, kindly tell Lothair to patrol his area sometime instead of just standing beneath the spire and staring at the God's damned road. In those words. Right. In those words. Are you sure? I mean, I can't just, I don't know, paraphrase. Actually, while we're here, let us also, because I know, voyages, they save us so much. We're on Zervan. Zervan is one of our lowest populated worlds here in Oceania. And when I see voyages, it's like they're not an invasion force. They're an opportunity to, hopefully, they're in duty finder. So that means we have a better chance of getting a run. Tierney Levmet. Tierney, our Levmet. My God, what am I doing? Greetings, adventurer. My name is Tierney, and I am in charge of assigning local Lev quests here at Bent Branch Meadows. Gontrank convinced you to seek me out, did he? Then I assume you have a basic understanding of accepting a guild Lev might entail. But first things first, I must be certain that your skills are a match for your enthusiasm. The Adventurers Guild would not approve of me sending a fledgling hero to her death, or dishonor for want of the requisite capabilities. Take a moment to peruse the task outlined in this guild lev. Do you believe yourself up to the challenge? Too close to home. A pack of anoles has been spotted near Bent Branch Meadows, far from their usual hunting grounds on Naked Rock. The local chocobo keepers are worried that it is only a matter of time before the hungry skalkins stray too close to the stables and endanger their birds. To prevent the worst, the wood whalers are seeking adventurers to cull the creatures. LevQuest objectives are deemed complete when all targets have been slain. Be aware that some targets may attempt to flee the battle and join with reinforcements. Oh my. Making it imperative that you deal with them before they have an opportunity to do so. Let's report to Central Shroud. Accepting guild levs. This is actually fairly important. Speaking with the local distributor of guild levs known as LevMet will bring up a list of available lev quests. Highlight a quest to display its objectives and select Accept to add the quest to your journal. Lev allowances are required to accept lev quests. You will be granted 3 lev allowances every 12 hours Earth time, up to a maximum of 100. You may accept as many as 16 lev quests at once. Now what that also doesn't tell you is that in order to unlock lev quests, you need to do one particular lev quest for each region. So in Gridania, it's the levs of Bent Branch Meadows. In Limsa, it's levs of Swift Perch. And I forget which one it is in, I can't remember if it's Levs of Horizon or Levs of, starts with a B. It's the other central, it's in central Thanalan. I don't think I can get to it by map to overview it, but let's have a look. I think it's Levs of Horizon actually. If we go to the drop down here, we can go to Thanalan. This is Blackbrush, Levs of Blackbrush. I know, I have a pictorial memory, not a, yeah, it doesn't work with just letters and words properly. So I can remember the place and where it's located, but its name, forget it. Alrighty, too close to home, let's accept that lev. Tierney. I'm glad to hear it. Pray be aware, however, that anoles will want to flee to their broodmates when they sense they're overmatched. You would be wise to prevent such a reunion, lest the battle be drawn out past your limits of endurance. Alright, open your journal under Duty in the main menu, and begin the selected Lev quest by pressing the Initiate button. When an Anole feels overmatched, it will flee the battle. If it reaches a certain distance, then another Anole will appear. The Lev quest objective can be more easily achieved by slaying the fleeing creature before it is joined by more of its kind. Initiating Lev quests. To initiate a Lev quest, first open your journal via the Duty section of the main menu or by pressing J on your keyboard. Next, select the Lev quest to bring up a detailed description of its objectives and its rewards. Clicking on the Map button will show the approximate location of the Lev quest objectives. Though you can initiate a Lev quest at any time while in the corresponding area, it is recommended that you wait until you're close to the objectives before doing so. This will increase your chance of becoming eligible for completion bonuses. Once you have arrived, open the journal, select the Lev quest, and click on the Initiate button to begin your duty. Alright, so I don't normally go into Duty and journal. Okay, that's not normally how I do it. I normally just hit J on my keyboard because I play keyboard and mouse and not controller. So I just hit J and it pops up. Lev quests are kept in a separate section of your journal to quests. So you have quests as a header bar here and all the quests divided up by area, the areas that they're in. And then you have Lev quests, which is a next header bar, and Lev quests are also divided up by area, but they're not muddled in with your regular quests or your story quests. I kind of like the division. Down the bottom you see that quests, you have a total of 30 you can have. I have 4. Lev quests, you have a total of 16. Those two are separate from each other, so you can have a total of 46 quests active if you really want to be that crazy. It's up to you. However you like to play, there is no right or wrong way to play the game. There is just the way that suits you and doesn't interrupt other players' enjoyments. So, I'm leaving that up to you to choose. We're not taking on the massive water sprite over there. Sometimes there's 1 and sometimes there's 2, and I don't think I'm quite at a point where I can take out the 2. Let's go and get this Lev quest done. The other thing about Levs and Lev quests is once you accept them, provided they're on your duty list, you'll get a green arrow on your mini-map. And if you hover over the green arrow, it will tell you which Lev quest you're aiming for. So we're running toward this one. Alright, we're going to take the long way. Let's use the sprint button. So a quick introduction, or a not so quick introduction to Lev quests. They're easy to do. They give you XP, they sometimes give you gear, and they nearly always give you gold. So if you're short on gold and you want to earn a bit, this is one way to do it. There's also a challenge log. In the challenge log, you can do a certain number of Lev quests or different Lev plates, and you will get additional XP and rewards for doing those. I don't have it to demonstrate it because I haven't unlocked it yet. I started in New Gridania, but it doesn't unlock until you finish wherever you start, whether it's Limsa, which is where you find it, Uldar, or Gridania. You don't get access to the challenge log quest until after you've completed Envoy. Alright. Or such has been my experience anyway. I'm in the middle of a fate. The fate is up there. That's okay. We're going to ignore that fate for the minute. Don't die of shock. Let's go to level sync. No, let's not go to level sync. What am I thinking? So, let's go to J for journal. Let's go to too close to home. And click on it. Make sure it's up. Then down the bottom you get a choice of map and initiate. We're going to initiate it because we already know where we are on the map. The difficulty is +4 because this Lev is a level 10 Lev and we are level 18. So we're probably not going to get as many rewards as we would otherwise, but we will still get to unlock the Levs of Bent Branch Meadows, which is important. So the discrepancy finishes that. It's a Lev quest duty, but I'm not going to take the time to go through it because otherwise we're going to run out of time to actually do it. So over here, I'll quickly explain what that little box would have told you. Look for the green patches to do with your Lev quest. If you've got several Lev quests running, they'll be smaller circles and darker green. Look for the little squares on top, the rectangles, and then in the field you'll actually look for the monsters with the rectangles on top. We don't need to stand that close. That was daft, and I'm about to get a face full of ice for my silliness. Alrighty, look you, Mr. Eager Beaver. Oh no, that was not you. And that was not you. Man, I am facing right at the monster trying to eat me, and the game is targeting everything but you, rotten thing. Alright, well, seeing as I might as well have 3 to chase me around, let's just crack that chest while we're going past it. If you don't open treasure chests during your lev, I know this is not how you do a lev, by the way. If you don't open treasure chests during your lev, they vanish the minute you complete them. Let's do some healing, shall we? I think healing's a great idea. Let's not stand in stupid. We just did. We're going to die if I'm not careful. Oh no! I made all the monsters mad. It's normal. And I think my arrow has run out too. I think I got that one. Yeah. I slay an Anole Stalker. These things won't run. I mean, they're not our class. Just ask them. They've managed to get a couple of chunks out of me already. Rude. There, that's how you do your slide and fire. Oh, no, you don't, mister. Oh, he's out of range, you little terror. And he's got a friend now. Yeah, nah, you rude thing. No, we did make it. Okay. That was chaos. Okay, that is not, by the way, the best way to do a lev. Let's go. Yes, we're going to travel right on back to the lev quest giver. Oh my gosh. Your first foray into the world of lev quests appears to have been a success, and here is the reward for your efforts. A bonus has been awarded based on difficulty and speed of completion. Alright, now normally you get a little bit more than this, but as I said, we're over the level by 8, so they do reduce the reward at that point. We're getting some ether out of it, and we're getting a bit of coin and a bit of XP, but most importantly, we have now unlocked all of the levs in the city-states. That's not just Gridania, but also Uldar and Limsa. If you do the Limsa quest, Levs of Swiftperch, you will unlock Gridania and Uldar as well, and if you do Levs of Horizon, I think is Uldar, you will also unlock Limsa and Gridania. Sorry, Lanasia and Gridania. Now that this little trial is behind us, I have no further qualms about assigning you tasks around Bent Branch Meadows. There are lev quests aplenty for a hard-working adventurer such as yourself, and a deal of fame and fortune to be won in their doing. Alrighty, and so now we finish Levs of Bent Branch and get a little bit more XP, but that's now done. She also has a quest of opportunity which we will unlock while we're here. City-state Levs are now unlocked. Base reward, simply the Hest. Who thinks these names up? Tierney believes you are ready to join a guild Hest. Should you be interested in a challenge quite unlike your average lev quest, you might consider joining a guild Hest. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Battle Warden Rebold outside yonder tent. I will inform him of your success against the Enoles so that there are no doubts as to your abilities. Alright, now if we wanted to get a lev from Tierney, you have a choice of Battlecraft, Fieldcraft or Tradecraft. Now we are not going to see any Tradecraft levs because we don't have a trade. So normally in Gridania you will get Carpenter, Leatherworker. Sorry, I think it's just Carpenter and Leatherworker. Whereas in Limsa Laminza and in Lanosia you'll normally get Blacksmith, Armorer and Culinarian. And if you are from Thanlan or running in Thanlan regardless of where you're from, you will normally get Goldsmith, Weaver and Alchemist. Those are what's going to be available to you in the city-states for each one, regardless of where you're from, but only provided you've unlocked the actual skill, the actual job line. Ditto goes for Fieldcraft. In Thanalan, you'll have minor tasks. In the Black Shroud, you'll have botanist tasks, and in Lunara you'll have fishing tasks. They will unlock when you have the relevant tradecraft thing. So we'll just get rid of those. Make sure you read through the tradecraft levs if you're a little bit uncertain. But for now, let's go and unlock guild tests. To be honest, I've run one in 2,000 hours worth of play. With my normal dungeons. So I don't know if that's just a thing for Oceania or if not a lot of people are doing them, but they have some unique rewards in there, and it might be worth your while to have a look into them. Maybe grab some friends and go do a run. All right, Ribbled. I was told as... Excuse me. Thank you, puppy. I was told a stalwart adventurer would be along shortly. I take it that is you, and permit me to tell you all about our current operations. Wait, might this be your first time participating in a guild hest? I remember my first hest. It was the night of my 20th name day. My fellow guildmates invited me to join them in the slaying of a family of Paistes who were stealing chocobo eggs from Bent Branch Meadows. The moment we arrived, one of the terrible beasts immediately turned to me and charged. That thing was thrice my size, and it had already maimed several chocobo keeps. There was no way I could win, so I simply froze and waited for the end. But that's when I remembered that I was not alone. My friends rallied around me, and together we defeated the Paistes. That, my friend, is what a guild hest is truly about. What say you, friend? Care to experience a hest for yourself? I would, but not right now. Let's grab some ether. Thank him for unlocking guild hests for us. You'll also note that in Duty Finder, so go to Duty under your main menu, go down to Duty Finder, which we haven't unlocked yet because we haven't finished the class. Okay, to bring up the Duty Finder, let's try that again. Let's just see if I was maybe jumping the gun again. Okay, now it's unlocked. Wait for the spiel to finish and then you'll get the Duty Finder. Duty Finder help will explain how to register, how to look at the status of your duty, and how to commence. We're going to skip all of that. We've got guild hests, are special operations organised by Adventurers Guild and overseen by NPCs known as Battle Wardens. Speaking with a Battle Warden displays a list of all guild hests currently available. Please note, however, that each operation has conditions such as level or class that must be met by all party members before the duty can be commenced. So that would be the other reason why it's difficult to do. If you're a member of a free company, maybe talk to them and you can maybe set up a run through some guild hests. If your free company is of a mind to be helpful. At first, you may find that only a limited number of guild hests are accessible, but do not worry. As you progress in level, that number will grow. Guild hests can also be accessed via the Duty Finder, removing the hassle of having to try and gather a party. It can be, but it does take a while. So in this one, for instance, you do have to go through them. Basic training enemy parties. It's worth 330 XP. If you complete it, it's worth 1310 on top of that, and the guild goes up as well. So basically, this is to learn to draw single targets from groups using ranged attacks and engage them in locations far out of the lines of sight of other creatures. 1 to 4 players, 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS. Unrestricted parties are not allowed. Class Disciples of War or Magic. Limited jobs can participate only in a pre-formed party meeting the party size requirements or an unrestricted party and if duty rules allow. So, additional loot rules are unavailable, Explorer mode is unavailable, role and item restrictions are lifted for parties meeting minimum size requirements for limited jobs. Alright, so that is the basic training one, which is good for low levels. But it's also now, oh that's right, Duty Finder, go into Duty Finder, go across to guild hests. I haven't unlocked any other part of that yet, so we are going to have a bit of work cut out for us in the future. Let us head down to the ferry that will take us to the lavender beds as soon as I work out which direction I should be pointing in. That way. I think. Promptly runs in the wrong direction. Absolutely promptly runs in the wrong direction. Alrighty, away we go. So back across, we go past Tierney, we keep Tierney on our left and the ether shard on our right. Run out past the Chocobo Keep. I wonder if the Chocobo Keep has a lift down to the ferry. Let's have a look. No, just to Gridania. Alright, well fine. Looks like we're going for a run in the forest at night. It is, oh, it's nearly dawn. 5:45 a.m, but it is raining, which would explain the dark. We're going to take part in the next fate that we come across because we are leveling up our character. It looks like we're going to take on some Dynamites. Anyone need some Dynamites in you? We need to level sync. These are little aggro bunnies. We're going to make them even more aggro. Oh my god, why did I do that? Because it's fun and I like a challenge. And I'm still practicing my skills for, oh, did I just... I really hate this auto-targeter that does not target what is standing right in front of me. I'm so glad that thing was out of range. Oh, okay, I'm also got my fingers on the wrong keys. Swift cast needs to go up beside that. Tab, no, not the Roslet. Arrow. Now, because this one is going to die probably from arrow, we're going to just leave it to... Yeah, there it goes. Which means we want the next one. When it comes into play, we might as well kill this one while we're waiting, I guess. There it is. Smack that one. Can you please just smack the dynamite? Thank you very much. I know, I'll get to the healing in a minute. These aren't too bad. Provided you've remembered to arrow them. I have not arrowed this one. Right, well let's fix that mistake then, because what I'm doing is waiting for that one to die from arrow. And I clearly forgot. Well, let's rock its world. Let's get some healing going. Let's grab that dynamite with arrow as soon as it's in range. Tab across, make sure we're targeting the next dynamite, and start smashing them with rocks. Well, rocks crack carapace, okay? That's how you do it. And we've nearly finished it because we're taking on more than one at once. Tab across to the other one we're attacking. Let arrow finish the one we were attacking off. There it goes. And this should be the last one, shouldn't it? No? One more. Radio. We'll only take one on this time unless the other one comes and attacks us. It's like, I'm not touching that. That thing throws rocks. Absolutely, little bug. Yes. 2000 XP. 22 gold. We're never going to get rich this way. Alrighty, when we get our retainers, we'll start selling mats cheaply and see if we can pick up some extra gold that way. Okay, away we go. This is Emblem, and the reason we couldn't use the other ferry is because we have to speak to Emblem, the Serpent Private. A good morrow to you, miss. What can I... Ah, you wish to know about the auctions? Very well, let me explain. There is growing concern that our immigration policies may have been a tad restrictive in the past, and so the Seedseer Council and the Order of the Twin Adder have, with the blessing of the Elementals, decreed that the lavender beds be set aside for adventurers. Adventurers who possess the necessary funds to purchase and maintain their estates, that is. Should you look upon the beds with your own eyes, though, I think you'll agree that it's well worth the price. Have a word with the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you across. A recruit stationed at the pier can tell you more about the beds once you've arrived. To proceed with the quest where the heart is, the lavender beds, you may visit any residential ward within the lavender beds. Okay, let's go. When you first read that, you'll be going, what residential wards? And then you'll click on the ferry skipper. He'll say, the ferry is bound for the lavender beds. Will be travelling with us. And just pop that up there for a minute. And then you have a choice of what to do. Under housing, each of the three nations has established a residential district wherein like-minded adventurers can establish a base for their activities. Each residential district is divided into wards, which in turn house 60 plots of land each. Wealthy individuals may purchase plots of land upon which to build their own estate halls, while free companies may jointly purchase plots. Those seeking simpler quarters may instead purchase a room in the apartment buildings found in each of the residential districts. Estate halls and apartments can be customized by installing fixtures and placing furnishings. Please note that in the case of estate halls, specific company privileges are required for customization. More information on housing can be had by speaking with the resident caretakers stationed at each residential district. All right, well, let's go to a specified ward. Ward 1 looks fantastic. Let's go there. Select that. Travel to the first ward, the lavender beds. Yes. Now you'll notice this part of the thing is divided into two. You can see plots 1 to 30. We can also travel to the section of plots 31 to 60, but you have to choose them. I did not know that until about 4 weeks ago. So I had over 2,000 hours worth of play, and I still hadn't worked out there were two sections to the residential districts. But I don't do a lot of housing because I don't have a house, so that would explain it. Each residential ward you have to access, you have to unlock in the city-state that it belongs to, and they each have this really wonderful little cutscene that introduces you to the flavour and the feel of the ward. Alrighty, let's go. Serpent Recruit. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Lavender Beds. Oh, you come at the behest of a Gridanian woman? I regret to inform you that these plots are reserved for adventurers. Your friend will not be permitted to take part in the auctions. You, on the other hand, would be more than welcome to participate should you have a mind to purchase a plot for yourself. Pray speak with the resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. Right, we're not going to go talk to him. We have done this part, but we do need to go and give the terrible news to Margaria. So we'll grab the ferry skipper, travel over to Central Shroud. We're going to leave the residential district. We've also unlocked the Aetheryte so that we can go there now as a destination. However, speaking of Aetheryte, let's not jog all the way back to Bent Branch Meadows. Let us travel in style. Alright, we'll teleport. We'll jump into the ether stream and zippity-doo-dah all the way back. Okay. Margaria, there you are. Hi. Good to see you again, friend. Did you learn anything about the lavender beds? Oh, adventurers only, is that so? Well, these are trying times, and it's more important than ever for Gridania to attract capable individuals like yourself. I'm sure that one day my dreams will come to fruition. One day I'll have my own cottage and stables, filled with my beloved chocobos. Good luck, girl. Hopefully you will. I wonder if we ever come back after completing this and find her with her own stables. That would be cool. Anyway, the residential district Ethernet for the lavender beds can be accessed through the Gridanian Aetheryte. Okay. Where are we going? Migrant marauders. Search for signs of the winged beasts. Where are we going? That way. Where am I pointing? In the right direction for a change. Let's not jump over the edge. Let's take the stairs like a civilized person because we don't want to end up in a pit of water. Oh, I know what this is. Let's go. A vulture egg. Well, that can't be good. I wonder where its parents are. I had to ask. Let's wander away from baby, shall we? I mean, someone's probably just going to scramble it, but it won't be me. And it won't be me making them scramble it either. Alright, we've got our damage over time. Let's not stand in the orange. Let's switch targets, make sure we've targeted the right thing. If you're never sure, just have a look at the top and it'll tell you what you've got on your target. There we go. We're getting our slide step in a bit better now. I mean, we're not really sliding. You see it more with the thaumaturge. Alrighty, then we're going to head on over to Lothair, who's about to get an earful from his commander via a nice little bunny. A northern vulture, too, and they were defending a nest. Well, perhaps we could omit that last detail from any official reports. I would rather not give Ilga any further cause to be cross. Thank you for slaying the beasts. You may rest assured that I will not permit this to happen again. No, you better not, or Ilgar's going to have your hide and nail it to a wall somewhere. Being a commander and all. Alright, before we grab our next quest, let us make sure we grab our new clothes. Hempen dress gloves. Okay, make sure we update our gear set. For those of you who don't know about gear sets, basically, I have one with only one class because I tapped on gear set list when I had my conjurer, and then I hit plus, and that brings it up in the list. Then you just grab it. I dragged it down over here so I could tap on it anytime I liked, because I normally run with more than one job, and it's easy to change them if you have a gear set list. You do not have to wait till it tells you you're allowed to do that. To do that, you can do it as soon as you arrive. Alrighty, Lothair. A hearer is often late. Lothair, a guard at Galvanth's spire, wants you to visit the hedge tree. I have another task for you, adventurer. I need you to head to the hedge tree to the southwest of here and speak with Hera Leoni. After tending to the hedge tree, the hero was scheduled to board a boat from the Mirror Planks. Well, the vessel's departure time has come and gone, but there is still no sign of her. Knowing how absorbed the hero becomes in her work, I'm not unduly concerned. Armel, however, was responsible for organising Leoni's transportation, and is likely wondering if her wayward passenger is ever going to arrive. Perhaps a gentle reminder is in order. Let's go find them. Alright, we are coming into the end now of the Gridanian start. The quests you get for a Gridanian start. Each starting point has a slightly different story, and a different set of quests. So it's really it gives you a good feel for each one as you go through. You get a feel for the city-state that you're in and the problems that it has that are unique to it. And I have to say I appreciate that. Bleeding green. Help prevent the spread of leaf bleed, a sickness causing the death of local foliage by slaying Madagaigai, an overgrown land trap known to carry the bane. Before we do, because I hate having to deal with these things, these are the monsters that are not part of the fate. Okay, so if they're part of the fate, you can't attack them because you have to level sync. But these things will still attack you while you're in the middle of the fate, and it's really irritating. So we'll just prevent that from happening. Well, okay, we'll minimize the chances of it happening. I should probably clear that one out as well, but let's take the risk that we can upset Madagaigai by standing in one spot. Level sync, we've got 10 minutes to destroy them. We are only a healer, so we're not going to do a lot of, oh my god, ow, a lot of damage. So we're going to want to make sure we keep our hit rate up, and we're going to want to make sure we keep an eye on our health, because we're going to get pounding from this plant. And we just need to keep half an eye. I don't think Madagaigai does any poison damage, but don't quote me on that until we've had this battle, and we'll see for ourselves. We'll just confirm that, shall we? Yes. So the good thing about level syncing for fates is if you're ever trying to do bosom buddies, which is part of the challenge log, you will level sync, which means that you will then be taking on opponents of your level. So with your companion, you'll be able to actually complete that part of your challenge log. That Rosalet, after all that trouble, is not actually going to have a go at me. I should probably heal myself. Let's do that, shall we? Ow. So you don't need to target yourself when you're on your own and healing. You can just hit that heal button and the game will say, oh right, you're the only person that you would be trying to heal, and it will heal you. We're going to just head into Matagaigai, and halfway through, I know it's a tough little plane. Look at the teeth on that thing. I wonder if we can have those and turn them into daggers for our rogue character. A little bit of a cosmetic there. Just a bit of healing. So yeah, so like I said, the nice thing about Fates is they teach you to switch your activities. If you're trying to remember to focus on, I don't know, remembering to cast your arrow when it runs out and monitor things, they give you a good practice at being able to switch your attention as you develop your healer skills. Right? The other thing too is if you switch from White Mage to Scholar, for instance, you might want to do a couple of fates just to get your to get your head around your rotations. It kind of refreshes you. And you can practice your DPS and tank skills in these things as well without actually irritating any other players while you do so. I should be doing that again. I know, it dies much faster, you'll notice, when we have the secondary damage going. Let me see how far off we are. Oh, no, the game's like, no, you're not paying me attention. Fine, game, fine. We'll do this. There we go, and it's done. I'm actually just checking the, there's a console wiki that lists all of the main scenario quests, and this will give me an idea of whether or not I can get to the quest that I was aiming at before I need to finish up. So okay, maybe not. That's okay. Let us at least, oops, go back over to here. Go back over to here. Alrighty, let's go and get the hero home. And I think we'll probably do the next Conjurer's quest before we finish up. So yes, what troubles you might oh yes, the boat. I'd quite forgotten. Oh, my task with the hedge tree is well and truly finished, but the elementals murmur of a malevolent presence in the vicinity of the Tamtara Deepcroft. I must abide a while longer that I might better divine the source of the elemental's distress. Please inform Amel that I shall be late in arriving. I think Amel's worked it out by now, but we'll go and do that anyway. All right. Actually, we might finish up here, I think. Let's sprint her down. We'll finish this main story quest. And if I'm right, we should have a second little icon that I'll pick up next time we run. Next time we run, it'll be about somewhere between 2 and 4 days. I'm still deciding if I want to run every second day or every fourth day, because I'm doing some streaming of other things as well. So yeah, so today we're doing Final Fantasy XIV. Tomorrow I've got another game planned. The other game I'm alternating with, the Elder Scrolls Online, and then we'll see if it'll either be the day after or the day after that we do Final Fantasy. Let's see. You bear a message from Hera Leone, an evil presence in the Deepcroft. That does sound grave indeed. I shall organise a vessel for a later time then. Perhaps a bell from now. 2? Better make it 3 just to be safe. Thank you for your trouble. You're welcome, girl. This is a definite advancement on what we had. And yes, Leone does have a quest. So much as I'm reluctant to stop, guys, I do think I had better. We've been going for about just on 3 hours. Thank you for hanging with me. It was good to see you. And have a great day. And we'll pick up this main story quest for Mistwalker next time we run. Take care out there.